Hey guys, J-Man here with Sean for another amazing, awesome edition of the Days of Thunder, the awesome comics of the 90s. We're doing comic and movie.
Yeah.
We're doing the Punisher movie adaptation, which Sean and I both own. Ta-da! Okay, so we
Dun,
both
dun,
own.
dun.
Oh, and
Not
there's the
music,
back.
man.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we both have this one. And I found a site that has it so we can actually show it and go through it. I'll see how this works because there's always a lot of pop-ups with these sites where you can read a lot of this stuff. But I mean, this comic's really old. Nobody cares about it. I don't think we're gonna get dinged or anything like that. It's just images. Could not be reached. What's going on? Oh, you got it. Of course. Oh, well, we know you have it. I knew you were gonna have it. So I'm pretty excited about this because I love the Punisher Dolph Lundgren movie.
Yeah.
I've got lots of stories with it, which we're going to get to. And I just want to say really quickly that tomorrow, I don't know, Sean, if you're on tomorrow, right? You're not on tomorrow, are you?
No.
Right.
No.
Hey, Arkham. Hey, you read The Death of Justice League. Yes, you really liked it? Yeah, I
Oh,
gave my
yeah.
review on it. I gave my review on it. But yeah, so tomorrow night I'm gonna be on the Action Elites channel. And we're gonna be talking about The Perfect Weapon, Jeff Speakman, which is that movie, like story to action ratio, is the best I've ever seen, except for maybe Punisher, which we're gonna talk about today.
Yeah.
Like where I'm talking about like story, action, story, action, and it's like 10 minutes. It's like
Mhm.
10-minute story, 10-minute action, 10-minute story, 10-minute, and then it's like mega action at the end. That's the perfect ratio.
Yeah.
Perfect Weapon is like that as well. So we're gonna be that'll be tomorrow. Saturday we're gonna be doing open chats on the Phantom Zone. We're gonna talk about Moon Knight. I literally had to kind of wake myself up on this one.
I didn't even see it yet.
Oh
Mm.
well, try Superman and Lois, maybe the best episode we've had. I don't know if we'll
What
talk
episode is that?
the
Because
one
I've
that we
only
just
seen up
watched
to
because
10.
it was at least he was Superman the whole time,
Yeah.
and it was in another universe, so that's kind of
Yeah.
neat, I guess.
Okay.
So, anyways, and I don't know what else has come out. Yeah, Moon Knight, whatever. We'll talk about all that stuff, and we'll talk about Death of Justice League and
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. You haven't seen Perfect Weapon in years. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Okay, so I want before we even get going, I want to show you something, Sean, that I took a screenshot of with my phone, and then I converted it to a JPEG for us to check out. Look at this.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that at one point.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Spider-Man is in this. This is in this universe.
It's like two Spider Women. Yeah.
Wow. So
And
that
that is also proof that they probably shot all the stuff in the
they did.
first like few pages of this comic, like, but they just chopped it all up, right? So yeah.
Yeah, basically it was just like a
That's in.
flashback.
They don't wear those pajamas, but
No.
them shooting them with toy guns, and then Frank Castle going, "Oh, you got me," and
You got
everything in
me.
bed and stuff like that's all in the comic. I guess that was in the script, and they probably shot it, but they didn't show it all in line with each other like they do in the comic, right? So
Yeah. We're gonna, yeah. I mean, I think the movie is I think it's 10 out of 10. Like
yeah,
honestly, like and I mean, there's no point in doing the space method on it
no.
because I literally think
I
it's
was
10
gonna
out of
try and
10.
do space, and I was like, it's still 10 for me, man. I
It's
used to
10.
show
No,
this to anybody. Like we have family gatherings, and I show
sure.
all my cousins and everything. I just show them Punisher, man.
And
Yeah.
Punisher mentions Batman. Who sent you?
Yes,
Batman.
Batman. Yeah,
Batman. And she's like, oh, like the villains, like Tanaka is
the acting
awesome.
is great here, and like this is a good example of making me hate the villain. Like
Oh
that's a
yeah.
strong villain. Like she's so good. Like she's understated at times,
Yep.
and but exudes. And she's a little tiny woman, but she's menacing, man.
She's menacing, and
Yeah,
she's got
yeah,
that blonde, babe
yeah.
next
The
to
boy,
her,
yeah. Which
who's
we don't know when she's in that getup. We don't know if it's the same woman, right? When she's
I don't
like
know because I
mega
saw
doing
she has
kung fu
stunt
and
people.
stuff.
I
Yeah.
thought, why wouldn't why wouldn't they just hire someone who could do martial arts, right? Like, she's a mute, right? So I don't know why they couldn't have had a fighter do it, right? It was just weird. But
Yeah.
okay, so let me share the screen. Seems like it's looking okay.
Da-da-da. Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun. I know all the music to this. I know all the cute.
That
I've
music
seen
is
this
yeah.
movie. Yeah, I've seen this movie a million times. Like, I watched it again. I remember every line of dialogue. I remember everything. I used to watch it so many times. But let's look at the comic.
Yeah.
So my first thing with this comic was that when I had first of all, you can notice that he does have the skull,
Yeah.
and he's got the skull on the cover. So it's like I guess I could put this away because this if this site doesn't work, I can go to the actual comic, but I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
So the he's got the skull.
Yeah.
Oops. Yeah. See, every time I do that, it's gonna do like a.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got to keep closing this. So there you go.
Yep.
Movie special. You've got Mrs. Tanaka
Yep.
in the back here. We've got Jake, played by Lou Gossett Jr., who's going for an Oscar in this movie because he's like so good.
He goes for an Oscar in every movie, but yeah.
That's true. I even like Sam. The like, I like how like she like. It's like, oh, we could use computers. Like, we could do it that. Play Miss Pac-Man or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And she's like, no, I'm gonna find the Punisher. He's like,
Let me
okay.
show you this, and he shows the board, and he's like,
Yeah.
I've been tracking it." It's like, all I got to show for it is these," and he shows the knife and a whole bunch of these. And he
A
has
whole
like
bunch of these.
yeah.
And he's like, I've been.
We're gonna quote
over
the
it.
shit out of this movie, by the way. But yeah.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. It's like, I've been over it, through it, on top of it. She's like,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
about under it? It's like,
How
oh,
about under it? Yeah.
it's like, yeah.
Well, why wouldn't he know that? But yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, whatever. Okay. So, let's go to the. So this is nothing. It's just that's the
Yeah, it's the inside cover, yeah.
movie special. So you're gonna keep seeing these pop-ups. It is what it is.
And that logo, that was the first time I saw the logo because like I saw this comic about a year before I saw the movie, and just quickly, this movie is weird because it Marvel at the time was making like deals with snake oil salesmen, and the upside was they would get a movie out of it very quickly.
Right.
So you did get a product. The downside was whether or not it would show in a theater or what, right? So this movie came out in theaters in 1989, everywhere but North America, and so we didn't. I thought they were still making it, and I saw this in a comic shop, and I was like, oh my god, like what the hell? They really are making it. So I bought this, I snapped this up, and I read the shit out of it,
Yeah.
and that was in 1990. In 1991, they finally released it in North America on VHS only.
Yeah.
And that's when I bought it. And I was like, oh, they dumped it straight to VHS, but I snapped it up and I watched it. And I had no idea until the internet age when it really came out. It's just, it had a tortured sort of
Yeah.
release, which is funny because, I mean, I know the company ran out of money, but this thing is packed with stars. Like the main bad guy is he's from Living Daylights.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Franco.
like name guys, yeah.
I mean, I like, and he's a great character in this.
Yeah.
He's a great villain,
He plays them great too. I love all the stuff with him and his kid and everything.
yeah,
And he's always like mega calm when he's talking about like when, after the Yakuza attack everything. Everyone's like, oh my god, and he's like, oh, let's find out. And he picks up the phone.
He's so relaxed in that scene.
Yeah.
It's like we're about to find out. It's like yes, okay.
We're about to
and
find
then it
out,
comes in.
yeah.
It's like, and they're all like, F you and F this
Yeah.
and all this, and he's just like calm. It's like,
But
we're
you could see him
gonna-
like observing, like how are they going to react to this?
yeah.
So good.
And that guy's like, he goes, I'm gonna we're gonna kidnap that daughter of hers and shove this gun in her mouth, and then we're gonna talk business. And it's like, I'm going to the meeting. He's like, I'm not going, and it's like, it's so good.
Yeah.
So we're at the comic here. This is the this stuff looks like it was in the movie. If you look on the back of the VHS, so my VHS.
Yeah.
So I actually, a friend of mine, my godbrother Brennan, his cousin, who's also my other godbrother, his mom, I think, is her boyfriend or something had a video store. So I actually got this in those, you cannot distribute ones where you see the message pop up every like half an hour or something. So I saw this before it kind of got released that way. Then I owned it on VHS and then on DVD, and the Blu-ray is only a UK Blu-ray, so I don't have it on Blu-ray.
Right.
So this is so it's just like a bust basically, right? Like we're not going to spend too much time,
Yeah, it's a
right?
bust, and the girl in it is a undercover as a hooker. Yeah,
Yeah. So this girl Sam becomes a character later on. She teams up with Jake,
yeah,
who's Lou Gossett.
and they're all there. Yeah,
So here's just like this is Dino Moretti, I believe, who they
yeah,
captured. So the movie, I'll tell you where the movie starts. It's so all of this is not part of it,
yeah.
but you know that they shot it because you could see scenes of it in the back, and then you can also see some of this family stuff here with Frank and his
And you mentioned it
family.
in the script too, like she says, "I was the hooker." Like when
Yeah, I was
she
the hooker. Right,
introduced
right. She
herself. Yeah,
mentions it. So yeah,
yeah.
here's the kids. Happy birthday, Dad, and having a great
And
time and all
there's
that.
brief flashes when he's all crazy on that bike in the dream sequence. Yeah,
Right. So he's dreaming
of
about
that
this,
stuff.
and
Yeah,
so it's like this is the wife. So here we got this is Franco returning home with it. Now this is in the movie, but not in this order.
yeah,
So this happens in the beginning, but just slightly after the kind of the intro.
yeah,
So more of them. Okay, they're just coming back again. Frank and all that. There's the kid. I
yeah.
think Tommy was the kid's name. So again, they're talking. Now we see the explosion here. So this is the no, and now in the
So
movie, yeah.
yeah.
Go ahead, Sean.
No, I was gonna say like I was one of these comic purist kids, so I was upset that it wasn't a gangland shooting in Central
Right
Park like
in
it was in
Central
the
Park.
comics,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and I was like, oh, they blew up, and it's so stupid to think of now. It's like, well, I mean, the main thing is that his family gets blown up by or gets killed by the mafia, so
Right. Like
it is
it doesn't
it is
matter
the
that
thing.
much.
This is different, yeah,
Okay. So now here he is talking to God. So this is voiceover in the movie, and this is pretty much where we start the
yeah,
movie. So which is not too bad because how many that's 17 pages in, and this thing is like I don't know how many pages. It's a lot.
yeah,
It's 68 pages, so that's pretty
oh yeah,
good.
yeah,
And then yeah, so now Moretti is being released
yeah,
here, and the news reporters like, oh, well, what's going on? You're released, and then here we see this is like almost a storyboard. This here is
yeah.
exactly what happens.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't
hey
know if they saw
Raquel.
the storyboard or anything. Hi, Raquel.
Yeah, okay, cool. Thanks for popping in. We appreciate it. We're just going through some nerdy stuff as usual.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is like exactly
Yep.
the movie, man. Like showing his boot and everything like that. And then he comes home. He's like, okay, he turns the music on, and the music's
Yeah,
playing.
and this is the movie. Yep.
This is the
Now,
movie.
now, so I read this a year before, and I read this for a long time before I saw the movie. I was scoring it in my head, and I think the music is way better in the film than what I came up with in my head. Like just going through like what is this movie gonna be? But I was impressed that this was the film when I saw the film. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god, like this adaptation is probably one of the best adaptations ever.
So could not be reached. Yeah, send me the link. Why not?
Yeah,
Just in case if I need a better version. But I mean, yeah, like this is crazy. And the thing is that Punisher here is the real Punisher. There's
he's
no stupid
mysterious.
bullshit.
Yeah,
It's like the guys are getting dispatched. It's a horror movie.
yeah,
He's like a Freddy or he's like a Jason or Michael Myers. It's
hmm,
like he's Michael Myers. He's in the house.
yeah,
They don't know where the Punisher is, and it's
hmm,
like boom, knife comes out. Boom, a guy gets kicked off the banister. Boom, a guy gets hung through that rope or whatever. It's like
yeah,
they can't catch him.
yeah.
And this is perfect. Okay, so let me see if I
It's
can
all the
link.
kills too. Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Could not be reached. Just sent me a link. Let me see if this is a better link that we can use for this. For this, let's see if that'll work better. I'm on two different like things here, so let's see if I can copy paste this. Copy. I'll paste it in a new window here so it doesn't mess with what I've got here. All right, let's see. Punisher movie special. Yeah, this is it full. Okay, let's see. Oh, this one might be better.
yeah, I'm sure Sophia 37 is a sweet lady, but we're tired of seeing her commercial. So.
I know, eh? Like, all right, can you see that in the? Can you see that in the chat better? Yeah, this
That
looks
looks
better to
cool.
me.
Yeah.
Done. Okay, cool. All right, so yeah,
Terrific.
this.
Thanks so much, man.
Thanks, man. That's better. That's better. Okay, so let's get to it.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, dun-dun-dun-dun, page. I think
And they
that's
got
a.
that Buck Rogers freaking the circles.
Buck Rogers circle. So we're
Yeah, no, in the opening credits of the
oh yeah,
movie.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
it's
Yeah,
like
you're right. Yeah,
the
yeah. In the movie, yes. So this happens. This guy getting hung here.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
like exactly what happens.
yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right. I know. Well, we're doing the Punisher. Even Clobby doesn't like this movie.
Yeah. So,
He told me yesterday. He's like, "Oh man, the Punisher." I'm like, "Dude, come on.
can't
It's
win them
Dolph
all.
Lundgren."
Yeah.
All right.
But thank you so much, Raquel.
Okay, so yeah, this is so cool. Like, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
So, and there's Punisher. So no skull. He does have the skull at the very end.
Yeah. I like in this comic, like, so they didn't have movie likenesses, right? They didn't have the actor likenesses,
Right.
but Castle is like the Punisher of the comics at the time. So you
Yeah,
can read it as a Punisher comic,
and some of this dialogue, like, this is smart, Jake. Very smart. This is like exactly the movie,
Yeah.
right? And then she comes in. She's like, "Oh, I want to be your partner and all that." And this is like, it's like this here. Can you see my mouse?
Yeah, yeah.
This is
Be in my
exactly.
office 9 o'clock. He says that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, this is
In the
literally
car, and then
exact.
she's outside, yeah, yeah,
And he just says sharp. That's the only thing he adds here. It's like sharp.
yeah,
I mean, this is exactly the freaking movie. And then yeah, so Franco comes, and then now Punisher's nude fully in.
yeah, and yeah. I don't know what they're going for there, but yeah,
Well, it's Dolph Lundgren. We
yeah,
want
that's
to see
true.
Dolph.
It's the same butt shot they show twice, yeah,
They do sort of show the same. Well, Dolph Lundgren nude is only one scene. He's like, you got to pay a lot to get him nude in two
yeah.
scenes.
They repeat at the very end, and go zzz, like right into
Yeah, they
his
zoom in again or whatever.
naked back.
I like that he's talking to God, and he's like, "Oh, if you don't," he goes, "Or have you already answered? You've already
Yeah,
said to the world,
here is justice. Here is
yeah, here's
punishment.
punishment
Here
here
in
in
me.
me."
Dun,
Oh
dun,
man.
dun, dun, dun,
So
dun.
when
Yeah,
I was in grade 9, we had to do a radio show. So I actually did this comic as a radio show, and I still have the recording, man. I have the recording that we did as kids. I should play. It's my voice. It's my voice is awful. So I'm like, I'm the Punisher. It's like, I
yeah.
still talk to God sometimes. I ask him if what I'm doing is right, and it's like, until he answers, like, oh dear. It's like listening to it now. It's just terrible.
You think you're an adult when you're a kid, but you're
I
not.
know you're talking all
And even
hot,
this
like,
thing with the remote control truck, like I guess that was in the script. I don't know.
yeah,
Like
because that's in
it's
here
here.
as well.
Yeah,
And it's a little bit different. It's not exact. Like, I mean, they're at
yeah.
a restaurant, at one point, and that's not really here, but that's fine. So, yeah, he's like, "Where's the dope coming in?" And
That
then
RC truck might have been the only cheese thing.
that was cheese.
Cause I was like, whatever, just come out and give him the bottle. Like,
Yeah, like, why is he luring him with like a remote
yeah,
control
with an
thing?
RC truck.
That's the only blemish on this movie. Otherwise, it's
Yeah,
rough and brutal. Like,
yeah,
even that page here, like when this guy gets beat with this
yeah.
sword, that's right in the movie, and they're all like talking like, "Hey,
He's
what's
not the
going
guy
on?"
that's like
I gotta
he's like,
pee.
whoa, yeah, yeah, and then he gets,
And then he gets a sword in his chest, and then so here now, so okay, so up until now it's been the mafia, like the Italian mafia, and now the yakuza are about to enter in.
yeah,
So Punisher's fighting every like mafia thing there. So these guys come in and boom, they
yeah.
wreck these guys, right?
They didn't show the spike balls from the movie. Those are
No,
awesome. I
those
think
were awesome.
they show them like that. That was
Yeah.
awesome.
Okay. So what else we got? Yeah. So again, they're just like getting killed off, right? Boom, like freaking comma in the head. That's all. The guy got two size,
Yeah,
like right in his neck. Like, this is crazy. And then Punisher starts blowing away guys, and this happened. This is from the movie.
yeah.
Him sliding
And he
down.
has mega ammo. He's like,
Yeah.
and him doing that tracking shot and shooting the one van was awesome.
Was all. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know. I mean, the action in this movie is fantastic, and he literally reloads a lot. and
Yeah.
stuff gets like, like this thing happens, like it's like he'll lose a gun and continue fighting, and it's like it's really like, look at this. This is the comic is crazy, and this is pretty much the movie, which is really crazy.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So
And
now
they shoot the water, and
they
then
shoot
they're
the
like, I guess he's
water,
dead.
and this is exactly from the movie. They pull it
Yeah.
up. It's like, oh my god, it's the
And the guy
Punisher.
comes out with a knife. Yeah.
Yeah. And now here he is repairing himself like Rambo.
Yeah.
Ah. Yeah. And now we have Mrs. Tanaka here.
Yeah.
And then the Japanese Mafia. Yes.
The way this was shot in the movie was awesome. With that weird door like that, they come through.
Yep.
That was cool.
That was cool. Yeah. So here's this blonde who's like the hot blonde or whatever, but she's a fighter and she's a mute. She's like some mute American girl
Yeah. Who like knows mega martial arts.
who knows martial arts. Punisher and her have a great fight though. She cuts him so many times and he just doesn't react to the cuts because he doesn't care. So here's where they're now. Oh yeah. So let's see what was the percentage here. It looked like
It was 75-25 or something.
so 25. It's the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the same percentage they want.
Yeah, same.
And it's like, well, screw you, I'm not doing that. And then she literally grabs
It's the same, yeah.
right? Like literally, that's exactly the movie.
And then
Punisher's
he's listening
listening
into
in.
everything. It's so weirdly accurate. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Like I've never really seen any adaptation this accurate to where it's like it's exactly the same thing. They're throwing the kid in,
Yeah.
like holy crap. And then so this guy's like, okay, I'm gonna go down there and do what I gotta do. And Franco's like, yeah, well, that's not gonna happen.
This is the
So
thing with the beautiful dinner or
explain-
whatever.
yeah, so
beautiful
they
meal?
explain the origin
Yeah.
of Mrs. Tanaka. What's her name? Hiro Tanaka or something.
Yeah.
I forgot her.
He went home, cooked him a beautiful meal. When he finished it, yeah, that is the script. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like that was her brother, so they were inseparable. But the brother kept doing a lot of goofy stuff, and the Yakuza boss.
She had to show loyalty to the
Yeah.
crime lords. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is awesome. So now he comes back down. So here, what happened here is that this is where Sean and I were quoting last week. The can't you see this is a result of your 5-year killing
spree.
You've weakened the bosses to such degrees they couldn't protect their own families.
Families, yeah. But he doesn't rhyme anytime else. I don't know what that was all about.
No, he rhymes he does rhyme a little bit. He rhymes
Not all the
sometimes.
time, no.
Yeah, not all the time, but he does rhyme before. No, he rhymes a few times, yeah. But anyway, so he's rhyming here. So the Punisher's like, I punish the guilty. He's like, yeah, well, now as a result, the innocent now suffer. So the Yakuza is kidnapping the children of the bosses. So they're trying to leverage them, and then they're gonna basically get a ransom off them, and then they're gonna sell the kids to slavery anyways.
Yeah.
And this, you're playing the piano, like this doesn't need to be in here, but the playing the piano and her dancing is exactly in the movie.
Yeah.
Her and Tommy, who's like the big
Megadeth
fan or whatever.
That's not in the movie, but yeah.
And you know what? I feel that the kid, I feel Tommy in the comic isn't as good as Tommy. I feel Tommy in the movie is a better kid. I feel more.
He's got scruples and morals,
Yeah,
Like he
yeah.
stands up for guys.
So he stands up for the little girl in the well, no, he does stay. Yeah, he's good here. But no, he stood up. It looks like he stood up for this kid, right? Like, which is weird.
He stands up for the girl in the movie.
Yeah, which is better to me.
But then he gets up and he tries to fight that one guy, which is ridiculous. And then he
Right.
just beats him up and puts him over his shoulder.
Yeah, he just gets beat up. But this is in here too. The Yakuza. Here you go.
Yeah,
Now-
it's like big trouble. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, the kid. It's like and they think the Punisher may have been the one who kidnapped.
And he's like,
the
no, it
kids.
can't be because of
Phil-
these, right? Yeah.
Phyllis and Annie, I think were the names.
Yeah, I don't know. Phyllis.
Phyllis or Felicia maybe, no, something like that. Later that night, so they took out Punisher. Like, okay, so in the movie there's a scene where Punisher, once he learns that we didn't see that here, he didn't destroy the casino, did he? We didn't see that.
Is that not after this part or no? That casino part is very, very popular, actually. That was used in that NES commercial.
Yeah, that was awesome. The NES commercial. No, see, look, now he's going to the amusement park.
Yeah, I guess it's not in here.
Yeah, so it's not in here, which is very weird. So the Punisher, once he learns that the children have been kidnapped, he finds a Yakuza casino or club.
Oh
And
no, it's in here.
it's in here. Oh, maybe it's later. What page is it? Past this page? Did we miss it?
It is. It's very brief. It's like half a page.
Yeah. See, like
It's
in the
before.
movie.
It's before.
Yeah, it must have
It's
been.
before the page you showed where Louis Gossett Jr. is showing the pictures.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the
So,
page before that.
oh, here you go. Here you go.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Here you
it's
go.
brief. Yeah, he go and then he shoots.
He
It's like, where are
destroyed.
the
Right.
children? If
Yeah.
the children are gone, it's going to cost you. Yeah,
And it's like 5 minutes of shooting in the
yeah.
movie. It's
That's
like,
why. Yeah. So in the comic, it's like half a page, but in the movie, of course, it's going to be like, yeah, it's like mega squibs and like stuff blown up.
like this is crazy. Okay, so now he's going back now. So now this action scene in the movie is awesome. Like he comes and they didn't show this in the movie. They didn't show his
No, you
friend
just
getting
it's a
kidnapped.
surprise that they caught him.
Yeah, but he comes in, and the best is the guy's like he's like he's like oh can he goes do you have a spare one of those, and he's like look man, if they're holding the kids in there it's with a fucking arsenal, you move left instead of right you're dead. And then he's
Yeah,
like the critics said the same thing about my Hamlet.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then Punisher goes in here and literally destroys as many people as friggin' possible.
Now, so as a kid, were you so all the differences of the comic? Um, I was like, oh, why couldn't they just and I was like, I get that motorcycles are cool, but I would love like the Punisher van, right? And like,
Yeah,
and the whole microchip in this guy, it's like I get he needs a stoolie guy, and it's just like comic relief like drunk dude. And he breathes life into that character, which
he
is not just the
does.
one note like a comic relief guy. But I wanted to see Microchip like help him out and stuff like that, and give him a van, perhaps.
Yeah,
So
so
yeah,
as a movie, now my godbrother, the other one, not the one
yeah.
that
As a
showed me the
movie,
movie.
yeah, yeah,
So my godfather,
hmm
when I went to go work for him when I was 15 or whatever the legal age when you can get a job in Canada,
yeah,
I went to go work for him, and in his office he had the Dolph Lundgren Punisher movie poster, and I was like, "Holy shit, you like the Punisher?" He's like, "Oh, I love this movie. It's great." And I was like, "It's a comic book." He's like, "Oh, I didn't even know that,"
yeah,
and he just thought it was a cool movie.
yeah,
And I was like, well, it's a comic book, man. He's like, oh, wow. So he had the poster. He still has it. I talked to him not too long ago,
yeah.
and he still has the poster. I really need that poster. He should just give it to me. Because he doesn't, he wouldn't appreciate it as much as me.
I know.
So I'm like, I need this poster. But yeah, if Punisher in this movie, if it was microchip and he had the skull on his chest and they removed that stupid remote control car, which they wouldn't have if it was microchip,
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
this would be like a perfect Punisher movie
yeah,
because it's all action. It's under 90 minutes. It's 1 hour and 16 minutes, and they're at the final with him and Franco having a face off at the end. And they conclude it all in about 10 minutes, and
yeah,
that's your movie.
yeah.
And there is so much action. Punisher is a character, but it's not an over thing where he's like he's drinking and he's like, oh, my family and all this crap.
No, yeah. He's just out for vengeance and whatever. I think this is a great Punisher script in that, like, you're showing the consequences and then he tries to fix that. And, and it's like, I said last time we were talking about this, if he's fighting crime, then he would have to fight the mafia. Like, I get you want supervillains in here, but he would have to fight, like, the mafia. It's like, let's have him fight everybody so the Yakuza come into. It's like, oh my God,
Right.
Um, yeah,
Yeah.
it's as an action movie about a guy who's gaining vengeance on all crime simply because of what happened to his family. It's a wicked movie, you know.
And he says
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
He goes, oh, so he goes, oh, you died, so you figure everyone else had to die too. He's like, no, because if you're guilty, you're dead.
you did, yeah,
And he's like, courts decide who's guilty, not cops, right? And
yeah,
the thing is that even if you take the concept of okay, he fights the mafia, but there's a lot of cool stuff because the mafia switches. Like once the kids get kidnapped, you're like, oh shit, now the mobsters need to get them back.
yeah.
And Franco
Just
teaming up
lying
with
at the
the
bottom of the
Punisher.
harbor, yeah,
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 he's lying at the bottom of the harbor. When the
yeah,
two of them team up to go rescue the kids, and then Punisher's like, as soon as the kid is rescued, you're dead. It's like, oh
yeah.
my god.
Yeah, it's like also he has to team up with someone who's part of what he wants to kill,
Kill,
and he's
right?
like, yeah, it's all the best scenarios
Yeah,
that you would throw at a Punisher story, right? It's pretty cool.
yeah, and then the Yakuza, you've got Mrs. Tanaka, who's like super, bastard,
She's
and her
ruthless, yeah,
and her American mute woman,
yeah,
who's a ninja. So he
yeah,
fights her too, and man, like they have a great fight, and he like kicks the crap out of her too. Like,
yeah,
I mean, there's no this Marvel thing where a man can't beat the woman up if she's bad. He literally like snaps her neck, and it's like, and he drops her like a, it's just a thud. It's
yeah.
like, okay, you're done. And the way he killed and Tanaka in the very end. Well, I guess we'll get to the end, but
Well, yeah, it's realistic. Like him fighting a woman, like he's fighting a woman, right? But the
right,
thing is, and she's got skills. But at the end of the day, he's like a 250-pound man or
yeah,
something.
he
It's like I don't know
destroys
what
her.
to tell
She's like
you.
cutting his arms,
Yeah,
cutting
she's
his legs.
awesome, but he's a
But he,
tank.
yeah, he
Yeah.
literally is just grabbing your throat. He doesn't even do martial arts where he blocks the
No.
fingers. He just grabs your throat. He gets her on. He's like snap, and it's like you're done. Like
Yeah,
she cut
but
the crap out
she
of him.
gets some licks in though, man.
She
Yeah,
got him good, pretty good. Like she
yeah,
got a lot in there.
yeah.
So here he's being stretched, which he doesn't care about.
The stretch thing, yeah, is weird. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird, but whatever. It's like he doesn't care.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yeah, boom! That was awesome. He breaks free and shoots them both.
Yeah,
And then he just turns the stretcher on this guy and lets Mr. Itu or whatever. It's like Mr. Itu here will
yeah.
will show you the meaning of pain.
Yeah, I never understood the high heel shoes, but I don't know what
I
that's
didn't.
supposed
I
to
know
say.
that was weird. That I'm betting there was something deleted there
Yeah,
or something weird because the guy's wearing the high heel shoes and you're like, why'd they put them on there?
yeah,
So here we got the. Oh look, there's the skull right there. Wow, I didn't. Okay,
yeah.
so
They're looking around to see
where he
where his
is.
lair is. Yeah,
And then Punisher stealing the bus so that he can get all the kids there. Now they see the Punisher skull
yeah,
there, and they're like, okay, there's the family, and also we get some backstory with Jake here, and he had an alcohol problem and all that. In the
yeah.
movie, I don't remember if like I was kind of skimming, I wasn't paying attention there, but
No, he talks about it,
yeah,
and says that like Frank saved his life and gave him like
reason to
a
live and
purpose,
all this.
like to carry on, right? So yeah,
Yeah, so now we're back. Okay, so and then I always remember these green like where do I go
yeah.
next?
The
What do I do?
arrows, yeah,
So now Punisher's coming to rescue the kids. I
yeah,
like all the music here too.
yeah. Dun, dun,
No,
dun,
no, no.
dun, dun. Yeah,
Well, once the kid comes, when he gets the kid, it's like, and it starts to get a little bit jazzed up.
yeah,
It's like, din 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 din
yeah,
din
yeah,
din 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 din, and you're
yeah.
like, oh yeah, here we go, right? And then
Yeah,
so now
Mushaka.
Tommy,
Yeah.
he gets the kids, but the problem is that Tommy kind of gets screwed here, and he doesn't get him, so he's gonna have to come back for him.
Yeah, is it like in the movie he comes back to try and save Punisher? Like he's cool,
He's
like,
cool, yeah.
and I think it's the same thing in the comic, right?
Yeah, yeah, threw himself in. See, look here, he threw
Yeah,
himself in harm's way,
and that's what gets him caught again. Yeah,
and then he gets caught again. And then now we got your chase scene, and I gotta tell you something: the kids helping out, and like when that yakuza
they
guy
murder
jumps,
that guy.
yeah, he jumps on the thing, and the kids lift
And
his
like,
fingers
and
up.
there's a little girl, a little boy, like, and trying to get his fingers out, and then he falls and he gets run over by a car.
He gets run over by a car in the most brutal
Yeah, those
way
two
ever.
kids totally have a body count in this movie.
Yeah, they killed someone.
Yeah,
Okay, so then they. I mean, it's basically the end of the line here. Like
this
the
scene is
action
great.
scenes are. Yeah, the
Uh,
scene.
there's a guy on YouTube that posted this scene and said like greatest scene ever in an action movie or something. That's what it was called. And it's this whole thing where he walks down the hall and the camera's following him, and he goes in and he gives him this big like it's like what the hell and all that, and it's what you just said about it's like, oh, kill everybody, right? It's like, oh no, only the guilty, right?
Yes,
But
yeah,
and Dolph Lundgren's great in that too, like the
right.
way
Because
he's acting. Yeah,
yeah, he's just yeah, and like less is more, and then yeah, so here's their confrontation, and it's like, oh,
yeah,
it's my family too, and then they cry a bit. Now in the meantime, all the kids are okay except for the one kid, Tommy, and that's Franco's kid. So he's like, well, shit, I gotta rescue Punisher.
yeah.
So the bad guy rescues Punisher in order to team up with them to go rescue his kid. And this is great too, where he shows him the picture of the boy and all that, and it's like, it's like, okay, it's like, you're dead. All right, but when this is over, you're dead. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So now here we go.
He
Now
spray
we've got
paints
the
a
spray painting the
perfect
Cobra.
skull on his
Yeah.
Kevlar or whatever. Now in the movie, he doesn't have Kevlar, and I don't know if that's what this is supposed to be, but he makes a point because like the bad guy's like, oh, he gives him like, suit yourself, right? And then at the end, it's a plot point because he has Kevlar like the bad guy, and Frank Castle doesn't.
Doesn't.
But and yeah, so we'll get to that. There's a different death in this, but anyway,
Yeah. So I mean, I at this, like, some computer nerd guy can easily CGI a skull in
Yeah.
every scene at least for the ending.
yeah,
But I would CGI the skull from the beginning. Like, I would have it on him all the time.
yeah,
Like, there's a couple times where he has a jacket, so you could kind of put it underneath.
yeah.
But there's the full ending, and there's a scene before that where you could easily have the skull on him.
Especially when he's caught and he's being interrogated by his friend there. Yeah,
Yeah, like, you could have the skull. So now he gives it to the bum. He's like, okay, here's what you got to do. You got to press the button. Press this button first, and then press another one. He gives him the gun and the thing, and it's like, okay, it was good working with you. And here they go teaming up, just dispatching all these guys. And then this is exactly in the movie.
that's in the movie, but like I like the resolution of this in the comic better than the movie.
Than the movie.
We'll get to that in a bit here.
All right, so now they're all getting ready to go, and he's trying to reach.
Yeah,
They're like, okay, we're
and
going
it turns
bang,
red,
bang, bang.
just
So
like the movie.
Yep, that's exactly in the movie. They're just kicking the crap
So he
out
blew
of
out the lights and then everything turned red. Now, yeah, so it's the knife that blows out the lights. They just
Correct.
did that though. No.
Yeah, so I don't understand what happened there, like how that happened.
So yeah, so now he has to try and press the other button that blows up everything else.
Right.
Now in the movie he uses a gun, which I thought was really stupid because
That
it
was
would just
weird
blow
because-
up the device. But here he drops to the stopwatch that he's using through the grate, and that's what hits the button. And I thought that was more clever than what they did in the movie.
Yeah, the shooting it was weird to me too.
Yeah.
But I guess they're saying as long as it touched.
It's an action thing, right?
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
an action. It's like,
you gotta have a gunshot in this. It's been a while, so like you gotta have a gunshot.
Yeah, so here we go. Like, Punisher just kicking the crap out of all these people.
I like this countdown thing in the comic. That's cool.
Yeah, for. Yeah.
Now these guys are wearing armor here, but they don't in the movie.
Yeah.
They're dressed in armor and then they take it off or something.
They do have the armor on, but it's not very. It's more like ceremonial and not really like an actual armor that matters. So the cops are showing up. Okay, yeah, here we go. So now here's the big finale coming up.
Yeah.
And he's like getting the elevator. This is in the comics too. I mean, in the movie.
Movie, yeah.
So this is exactly right in the movie. This is exactly in the movie. And then it's like the big ninja guy. So now, this is the woman.
Yeah, that's the blonde woman. Yeah.
And she's it's basically Tanaka saying, kill yourself and I'll let your son live.
Yeah. On your knees.
On your knees. Yeah, she was like so evil. And so now we've got this big fight here with Punisher and the girl. So put the gun in your mouth. Say goodbye, Mr. Franco. And then Punisher comes jumping out. This is exactly
With the knife,
right in the head.
Whoosh.
That was awesome.
Although it's not silhouette in the movie, but yeah.
Yeah, you see it better in the movie.
Yeah.
So now Punisher's hurt, and he's like, "Okay, you got to leave, and I'm gonna take care of this guy." And then he saves Punisher. This kid saves Punisher.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it's like, I said, "Wait, oh, Dad, oh."
Now he shoves the knife between the Kevlar like pecs or whatever.
Right.
In the movie, I mean, they established that he has Kevlar and he could take a shot, but he still shoots him somehow through the Kevlar. It's like, sure, I'll accept that.
Well, but it was more close up.
Yeah.
The whole thing of it is that the further away, the better it works.
Yeah.
So if you get too close to it, it's like it just penetrates through it.
Yeah.
I don't think it doesn't protect you from up close.
Yeah.
So then he kills the thing, and the boy's like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you." He's like, "Go ahead, shoot me." And the kid's like, "No, I can't." And he's like, "Okay, you can grow up to be a better, you're a good boy."
Yeah, that's in the movie. I remember this line distinctly from the comic.
Yeah.
It's like, "You're a good boy, Tommy. I'll grow up to be a good man. If not, I'll be waiting."
I mean, that's the damn best.
Yeah.
He literally tells the kid, "I'll be waiting for you,"
Yeah.
and then the kid points the wrong.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, the blood's going
The
this
blood's
way."
this
Yeah.
way and going this way. Frank. Da-na-na-na. And like, what an awesome movie, because like literally he's not captured, and it's like, yeah, he gets out. So
Yeah.
that's the comic,
Yeah.
and the movie is exactly that comic, and it's literally like Punisher escapes. There's no
Yeah.
stupid thing where it's like, oh, maybe he's caught now or whatever. It's like, no, he clearly
No.
escapes. He's clearly at the end saying, I'm going to continue on
Yeah. Yeah.
because it's not done yet.
Yeah.
And
They show his naked ass again, and he's like, he's
yeah,
like, "I still talk to God,"
I
and
still
it's
talk
like,
to God sometimes, ask him if what I'm doing is right or wrong. Until he answers me, it's or he goes, I no, I haven't gotten an answer or something like that. And it's like, I'll be out here, waiting or whatever. The guilty will be punished. Or like, this is the best
and,
ending
da, da,
ever.
da, da, and then
Yeah,
the
dun,
credits
dun,
roll.
dun, dun. And it's like, yeah, not this big thing like, oh, will it continue? Frank. Like
I
they could have ended it with Frank, where are you? And then end it. It's like, no, he's literally back. It's like, yeah, I'm continuing on. Like,
Yeah, the thing is, this movie was a generic action movie when it came out. There are plenty of action pictures like this. We look at it now and we're like, making action movies was a lost art because there's a philosophy to it, and they just want to entertain and please you, right? They know what you want and they give it to you, right? They don't try to be too clever about it. This still like has some cool stuff in it, but it doesn't break. How do I put this? They can bend things and put some twists and spins on things, but not break it, right? They're not deconstructing anything here. This is an action picture about a guy who's like who's pissed off and just killing guys, like become like anyone who's bad who perceives to like break the law. Done. That's all you need to know. And like he's kind of a hero,
mm-hmm.
he didn't care about those kids. He thought about it and then he's like, you know what, F this. I have to go save the kids, right?
Yeah, he didn't know
Um,
about the kids
yeah,
until the guy told him, and then as soon as
yeah,
he
yeah.
told him, he's like, "Okay, I guess I got it." And then the next scene, he's
So he
going to
looks at
rescue
his
them.
kids on the thing, and then in his
Yeah, he's
picture.
looking at his kids. Yeah, because he's like, he goes, "Oh, what about the children?" It's like, what he goes, "The children of the new family bosses are now counted among their losses,"
Losses.
and it's like they're being held for ransom by the Japanese. And then he's like, "Well, the bosses will have to pay up,
Yeah,
right?" And he's like, "Pay they will, and all for not the children." What does he say? All for the children will be sold to the slave trade or something.
yeah, yeah. It
And then
rhymes, but yeah.
something like, yeah, and it's like Punisher's like, listen, I punish the guilty. It's like, okay,
Yeah,
well, yeah, but too bad. Now you're now the kids are screwed.
yeah,
So Punisher does care. He's still a
yeah.
hero.
And
Um,
honestly, like they were gonna make more movies. There was a solicitation for Punisher 2, just with basically Dolph Lundgren's face from Punisher and just saying Punisher 2. Like there's nothing shot or anything. Um, you'd figure, and I know people would be like, well, then they'd have like Jigsaw and stuff. They weren't gonna do. It was gonna be him fighting new mafia guys. If you watch any Death Wish movie from that period, that would probably be what Punisher would have been, like a Punisher 2 would have been.
yeah,
Um,
like
you know,
Death Wish, Exterminator, like all of
right? Yeah.
like Vigilante, the movie Vigilante.
Yes. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it's like sometimes you have to take care of the problem yourself. I love that in the trailer.
Yeah. Like this was when the thoughts around making superhero movies were just forming. Like Batman just came out,
Right.
and that revolutionized things. And that like, oh, let's have a villain from the comics be the focal point of what they fight in the movie. That was revolutionary. I don't think people take that for granted now. Like, who's the villain in the next movie? Like, that's a question now. That's a question because of Batman. And so when they make Punisher, they're making it at the same time as Batman. And this is an action picture. It's not like he's fighting Jigsaw or something like that. It's nothing like that. Like he fights Kingpin or something stupid. Um,
Right.
it's he fights the mafia and he fights the yakuza. And part 2 would have been like a new gang comes in town, he has to fight them or
Or
something.
maybe he goes to a different city.
Yeah,
I gotta
or
see
something
this
like that.
Okay.
I think the
Um,
city is generic here too, right? It's
yeah,
not
I don't
New
know if it's
York.
New York or whatever.
Yeah.
So let's take a look. 2019 recreating Punisher images. Let's see.
Yeah, there was a photo shoot he did as Punisher. I haven't seen them, but I know of it. Go look it up, yeah.
I still have my share screen on. Hold on.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, like is it this? Oh, like this kind of thing? What the hell is that actually real?
I don't know. He did a photo shoot
This
for
is
some
awesome.
big magazine or something like
Yeah,
that.
this is
Yeah,
it.
it's
Look.
quite nice. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
And I like this logo. When I saw this, this is a typical movie version of a comic logo. It's like it started with a Superman the movie where they took the Superman logo that you knew from the comics and made it like crystal in 3D. And
Yeah.
this is like it's a shiny metal and it's 3D. It's like like it's the typical Punisher logo of the comics, but like now it's the movie version, so it's 3D and metal and all that stuff. It looked
Right.
awesome. Yeah.
Which is what you want.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So this is not on Blu-ray in North America officially,
No. Yeah.
which sucks. Yeah, there's someone already has this, which was my screenshot.
Yeah.
It's like what I literally took a picture of it with my camera,
Oh
my
yeah.
phone. Oh my god, this is awesome. Like Spider-Man
Yeah,
exists.
I forgot about this. When I saw it, I was like, let me like rewind. Is oh my god, they have the Spider-Man pajamas. Yeah, that's cool.
What is this? Oh, this is basically Punisher, Dolph Lundgren, Dead Trigger. Any of these movies could have been a Punisher because he doesn't have the skull anyway, so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. But yeah, like, see, they could have put the skull like in here, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I
What
don't
did
know
you
what
think
the
of? I
problem
mean,
was at the time.
I'm
I
thinking,
think honestly they're just making a generic action picture. And
yeah,
Marvel didn't have a lot of say either. They just like let people do what they wanted. Um, when you got all this shoddy product, right? Like we love this movie, but like stack this against Batman. Batman looks like a lavish,
oh
huge
yeah,
budget production, right? And they were running out of money when it's a New World Cinema, I think. They were running out of money when they made this. It looks great for a low budget. It looks tremendous, and they got some big name talent. Like Dolph Lundgren was big.
yep,
People knew who he was. Louis Gossett Jr. was huge.
yeah.
From
Lou
like
Gossett is, and he's like so pumped for this role in this
yeah,
movie. He like really like is like going for it. He's like, yeah, I'm like in this movie. This is gonna be awesome, you know.
yeah. And the bad guy is awesome. Like they got a Bond villain for this movie.
And that and that
It's
and that
crazy.
and that Tanaka woman is just like the most evil. And
Yeah,
it's like, and it's just like her, the way she like she comes in and she's like very sleek.
yeah.
It's like, and she's got that long fingernail thing where she's like going through.
Yeah, and
It's
she
not
doesn't
cutting him.
stab
It's
anyone
just
with it, but it's like, yeah,
yeah. It's not pointy, but she's just like kind of going down his armpit and stuff. You're like,
yeah,
ah,
yeah, yeah.
and she's got that weird mute woman who does ballet with her.
And
It's just
and
like, what
and
is
she's
happening?
always talking like this, very understated,
Yeah,
but like she's menacing as all hell. Yeah,
Mr.
she's probably
Franklin.
one of the best villains, like in an action picture.
And when
Really,
she's
when I think about,
laughing,
because I wouldn't want to mess with her. Oh my god. Yeah,
and she's laughing. She's like, "Put that gun in your mouth." It's like, ha, 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 ha,
yeah,
ha. And
yeah,
you're like,
yeah,
"Screw you, man!" And then
yeah.
Punisher throws that thing in her head. I was like, "Yeah."
You know, one thing that's a movie thing that they couldn't capture here is the sound design when she picks up the one thing and it's like the glasses and because they're like they
Yeah,
think that the drinks they drank were poison. It's when she kills like most of the crime bosses and she goes the glass goes ooh like that and it does this weird whistle. I'm like,
yeah.
oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
It does play in Region One.
Oh yeah. Huh.
I bought the Hong Kong version of Conan the Barbarian on Blu-ray because long story, for some reason the Blu-ray omitted like the scene where he's talking about the blueberries, which I'm absolutely stunned that that was omitted because bringing that back for the DVD was like the greatest thing ever. But they've got the original, they've got the DVD, they got the special edition ending, but not the blueberry scene.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, why is that not in this movie? And but they don't have the original like the VHS ending, which was the shortened ending.
Mhm.
So I don't know, but yeah, sometimes the Blu-rays will work. I'm just nervous because I don't want to pay and then it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I did buy the 4K, which I know doesn't work, of Flash Gordon, but I bought both Flash Gordons.
I thought 4K is regionless.
I don't have a 4K player. I have a 4K TV, but I
Oh
don't
yeah,
have a
yeah,
4K
yeah, yeah,
player.
right, yeah,
I could check it at Steve's place. I bought both like Flash Gordon, the 80s movie, 1980.
Yeah.
I bought both versions, both super edition
Yeah.
versions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I just need to have every version of that movie.
Yeah.
I even have like the Japanese poster. I'm like, I don't care. I need to have everything. And this movie is very close, but pretty soon, because I've got the Exterminator up there,
Yeah.
I've got an Exterminator 2 T-shirt.
Hmm.
I have the Exterminator 2 Blu-ray, and now I just pre-ordered the Exterminator 2 soundtrack. So I'm gonna take a photo with like everything, wearing the shirt with the poster in the back and the movie on Blu-ray. I'll be like, "Who's the biggest Exterminator 2 fan?" I don't know why. I just love these. Like this, I like Exterminator 1 as well, but this Exterminator 2 because he's the flame. And I kept thinking in my mind that maybe Exterminator, like John Eastland, could team up with Frank Castle. Like I don't know why. Like I can't. Like I was like that would have been so awesome. Like they all teamed up and fought guys. It's just like the first movie script I ever wrote was The Punisher.
Yeah.
I wanted to do a Punisher movie script. I have the entire War Journal run. Oh, Could Not Be Reached sent me a link. Is that for the Amazon?
Yeah.
'Cause I've seen
I
it.
think. Yeah.
I've seen the Amazon. I've seen it. I've had it in my cart. I was just like, sometimes they say it works, but then it's like, does it actually work?
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Like I know it says it does. Yeah. Okay. Punisher. Yeah. This is the R-rated Umbrella Entertainment. What does it say on here? Yeah, Region B. But again, it may work, it may not work. You know, it is what it is. I don't know. I have to think about if I want to risk it or not. But I mean, we saw that like once they did, and maybe we'll do a Punisher versus Warzone.
Okay.
Oh, I had this poster. I had
Yeah.
this poster. Hold on. Punisher comic poster. I had two posters of Punisher in my room.
I'd have to watch Warzone again.
Yeah.
I liked it enough, but I don't. It didn't set the world on fire for me. But maybe I should watch it again.
So I had this poster in my room.
Yeah.
It doesn't like I had this poster in my room, and I also had the other one I showed you with the black. It's this one. Those
cool.
are the two posters I had. I love the
Yeah.
Punisher. I mean, he's top 10 Marvel character. I've been reading I just got the latest Punisher series. I mean, I always try. I even read the one where he was the Angel and he was getting those weird
Oh
weapons.
yeah.
And I even read the Punisher one where he became like the cosmic. It was like Cosmic
yeah.
Punisher. I even tried that. And Punisher teaming up with Wolverine. I read that. I tried
Yeah.
Warzone. I always try every Punisher thing. But
Yeah.
I don't know. War Journal seems to be the one that's sort of the real one where it's like it seemed like it was hardcore, like him versus Wolverine, where Wolverine's got the claws through Punisher's shirt. At that
Yeah.
time, like it's like basically Spider-Man, Hulk, Punisher, Wolverine.
Hmm.
That was like my top four people, and Daredevil maybe. And it's like no, Daredevil came way later because I didn't have any old comics. Those are like my four favorite characters.
Yeah.
Right, so I was like, oh yeah, it's like, and I was like Punisher and Wolverine. I got the first two comic books. The first two comic books I ever bought in my life from a comic book convention: Spider-Man versus Wolverine,
Hmm.
and Punisher War Journal number 8, I think, which is the one with Wolverine.
Yeah.
I think it's let me see, Punisher War Journal, or maybe it was number 6 because that came up as this one.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah.
So I literally have this is it. So this was the first ever comic I bought because I kept seeing it in the back of those like
Hmm.
ads and stuff. I was like, oh man, I gotta get this.
Yeah.
And then this was a 2-parter. And yeah, so I love this. So I actually have 2 copies of this because I kept my childhood one.
Yeah.
And I love Spider-Man versus Wolverine. I thought that was a great comic as well. Because Spider-Man's in the black outfit in the beginning, and then he gets the red and blue outfit later. I'm
Oh,
like, this
cool,
is
yeah.
perfect. Because you got both versions of Spider-Man, and you got the brown costume Wolverine. I'm like, this is the greatest thing ever. Like, it's like
Yeah.
everything you've ever wanted.
Yeah.
The Punisher Armory book.
Yeah. That was weird, and it's not really a comic. It was like it it was just pictures of his equipment and stuff and little text blocks talking about it. I had number 1 and 2.
Oh my
That
god,
was the
this is
one.
awesome.
That was the one I wrapped around my bike handles and rode home, and the ribbing of the bike handle messed around with the ink on the back of the book. But yeah,
Oh my god. So could not be reached. Are you saying the Wolverine or the Spider-Man versus Wolverine, or Punisher Wolverine or Spider-Man versus Wolverine? Yeah, I mean, when I got the, and I remember Spider-Man versus Wolverine and the Punisher thing together. It was like $20,
no,
and it
yeah,
was like, and that was way back when I first went, and I had no more money. I'm like, well, those are my two comics I'm buying. See ya.
yeah.
And it's like, but it was just awesome. It was
And
awesome.
I think this was the first comic I bought at Ron's Comic Room, which is the comic
Oh my
shop
god,
I
yeah.
go to. It's still around. It's now 2 floors instead of one. But
Oh, awesome.
but yeah, because that was like 1990. Like God, like I, I think I went there with my dad because my dad drove me. But
Yeah, like,
yeah,
so I mean, if we did like Punisher, like we should maybe not for this, not for '90s comics, but maybe we'll do a Phantom Zone, Punisher versus War. It was Warzone, right?
Warzone.
Was that what it was called? Yeah,
Yeah, Warzone
Warzone.
had the right attitude. It was
This looks good.
Alexander, I think her name is, Lexi Alexander or something like that.
Oh
Um,
my God, that's his first comic. That's crazy that that's the same.
Punisher versus Wolverine. Yeah,
That's so crazy. But yeah, no, look at this. This looks like what I'm talking about. Like
it's cool.
this.
And they had cool kills. It was brutal. It was a little campy at times.
Yeah,
But it's cool. I think the thing is making action movies in the modern days, like in the 2000s and 20 teens, it's different. And I said this in our last stream. Punisher the comics were more based on the movies of the time, on
right,
the attitude and everything. So like a canon movie and everything,
right.
especially Punisher War Journal.
Yeah,
So the Punisher movie was basically an action picture of the time, and was because of that was in keeping with the attitude and the coolness of the comic. So to me, the Dolph Lundgren comic is the best.
yeah. Yeah, I agree. And like, and then even this too, like, look, you can barely even tell there is a skull.
Sorry, yeah, yeah.
Like, you could barely tell the skull is there, so why even have it? Like, it's so like muted down. Like you can like you can barely tell there is a skull. It's like if you look at the Phantom, Billy Zane, you can see that his costume has a skull in it. Like the
Yeah,
the skull was too muted in Warzone. Like you could
yeah.
barely tell it was there. And remember in the Phantom, like he actually has a skull weaved into his costume.
But you don't really notice it much.
Yeah, I noticed it on Blu-ray,
Oh yeah,
but it's not. You can't really notice it anymore. You can. Oh, there. Here you go. Here you go. See? Can you
yeah, that's
tell?
cool.
And I'm like, oh, that's really neat. It's got like this whole skull thing. But yeah, Punisher Warzone. It's like you could barely tell that he had. Like, look, you can barely see
Yeah,
that.
they're always so embarrassed by that thing. Just have it. It's
No,
his trademark. I don't even in that Bernthal show. It's like,
I know.
guys, what's the problem? Then it's not Punisher. Then don't make it. You know what? If you're embarrassed by this, don't make it. Just don't.
And it's like it's literally just the skull. Like, does it matter that much? Like, even this too. It's like, oh, it's kind of there, but not really. It's like, just have it.
Just have it. Yeah. God.
Like, it's like this
It's
just
like
looks like
pulling teeth.
it's like yeah, it's like smearing. It's like it's like they're smearing white on the front.
When was that? Because I can't remember. I tuned out of that show. Was so long and boring. I don't know when
I'm
he
gonna try
actually
to
wears
get. So
it.
somebody's been telling me to. Firstly, it's Punisher, so I really should watch it. I have a huge Punisher statue, and
Yeah.
it's like I really should watch it. I'm like, I know, but it felt so boring. Well, it's probably not as boring as Moon Knight, so
You couldn't get to the chase. It's like, oh my god.
I'll try it again. But it's not on Netflix anymore. It's on Thing,
No, it's
right?
on D plus.
Yeah. So I'll check it out there. Like this looks okay, but why not just have the full skull? Like, why is it rubbed off?
I don't know.
Like I don't get it. Like well, who's this guy? Like, this looks better.
When was that? Yeah,
No,
no, I don't.
that's a fan. That's a
That's a
fan thing,
fan made thing, of course.
right? Like the fan. The fans do
The fans doing the best work.
they're doing the best work or whatever. Yeah. Like, oh my god. Da-na-na-na.
You
Yeah, I
can't
don't
save
know.
them all, Rick. Anyway.
I don't know. Like, what the hell? I wish like when this guy showed up in Daredevil season 2, and
Yeah.
he was super badass. I thought, wow, this is awesome.
And he
Like,
burns the shirt right away.
they refuse to give it to you. Like, I don't get what the theory is behind this. Like, we want the skull. It's like, just put it on there.
Yeah.
They refuse. They give it to you for a little bit, then it's like, oh, we take it away. It's like, just put it on there. It's like Moon Knight. I want to see Moon Knight fight people.
Yeah.
Like, you have the costume. Just do it.
Yeah.
Okay. What else do we got? Yeah, so maybe we'll do. Maybe we should do a Punisher stream on all of these. But this isn't out. There's 2 seasons of this, right? Of this Netflix
Yeah.
Punisher.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I really need to watch both seasons. I don't think I'll start again. I think I'll just continue from where I left.
No, I'd watch season 2.
Oh no! You know what I just realized? That it's not on Netflix anymore. So I don't know where I ended off. I might have to
Oh,
watch.
yeah.
I might have to start over again. Oh, his skull.
Oh yeah, that whole thing, American thing. I thought that had to do with the January 6th
Yeah,
rating of the
rating.
yeah, someone wore a Punisher shirt. It's like, okay, well, they wear all sorts of shirts. I don't.
Yeah, who
It has nothing
cares?
to do with racism and stuff. I have a Punisher shirt. I couldn't find it for today, but um, it's a Marvel logo. I don't know. If someone wore a Mickey Mouse shirt, is Mickey Mouse now a white supremacist? It's like,
Yeah,
no.
I'm sure someone was wearing Levi jeans.
Yeah. Well, Levi's is now in cahoots with yeah.
That's it. It's like they,
Yeah.
they sponsored it. It's so
It's
stupid.
stupid. And I don't know like who the one person is that raises that point, and everyone is just so defensive that they say, you know what, let's change the logo. It's like, what are you all like freaking 15? Like what?
And the new logo sucks.
Yeah.
And I read that comic. It actually wasn't that bad, really. The comic
Yeah.
itself wasn't so bad. Punisher logo new. Let's see. Yeah, this.
Well, I saw a
It's
Punisher
terrible.
comic recently that had the regular logo. Like
No,
they're just
but
gonna go back to it, right?
yeah, no, well, yeah, he will. But no, he has the latest comic. It's only on issue 2. They're going back and forth, so it's like they're showing like him with the proper skull, and then in the new one it's this. But this is where he's with the hand.
Oh, okay.
So
So
it's
they
like he's
explain it, right? Yeah.
right, but it still sucks.
It
Like
looks
you
like
can
Death's
explain it,
Head,
but
like that UK Marvel thing.
oh yeah,
It looks like Death's Head.
it is Death's Head. You're right. It actually is Death's Head. But it's just so crazy. He's with the hand.
Yeah.
But so what? Why would you change your skull? Like, what skull is this supposed to be?
Like what the hell's that then? Like yeah.
Like, that's the
That's
hand. Like,
stupid.
what?
And it's not even it's not simple. Like that's the secret to a logo.
Right. This is weird now. I can't draw this on my.
Like when I was a kid, I drew that skull all the time.
I
you know.
know that's like in my top 3 most drawn. It was like that Superman and Bat. I to this day I have not perfected Superman.
That I always draw that symbol at work.
I
When I'm
cannot
bored in
perfect
in a
it.
meeting, I'll just like draw the symbol and try to perfect it. It's tough, you
I
know.
cannot.
Yeah.
I don't understand how the artists do it. It's impossible.
Well, they mess it up a lot. Like if
Oh,
you
there
look
you
at
go. Look,
Superman
he's wearing this
S's,
guy's. He's wearing freaking White
it's
Dragon
it's
or whatever.
it's
Or,
from Thing
yeah,
from
yeah.
DC
That's what.
Comics, yeah.
Yeah,
And that guy's a white supremacist, so
yeah.
yeah.
So now they changed it to a white supremacist logo.
It's just a Punisher. It's just I don't know. It's funny. My Punisher shirt story. I told you this before. I went to the convenience store just a couple blocks from here to pick up chips and stuff, and I was wearing a shirt. And it was this nice like Korean family that ran that store, and this one guy bought something in front of me, and then as he was leaving, he goes, "Hey, cool shirt, man!" And I'm like, "Hey, yeah, Punisher." And he goes, "Back it up!" And he lifted his shirt, and I'm like, "What the hell?" And he had like a big Punisher belt buckle.
Oh, I have that belt buckle.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, it's awesome, man. And then the girl behind the register was like, what the hell's going on, right? And I'm like, it's like comic book character, right? Yeah, it's Punisher. I don't know. I can't explain it, but it's a Marvel thing. Everyone who wears that is like mega, like, I guess to their point.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But yeah, but that's how you unite people. It's
Yeah.
like you unite them through your logos and your
Yeah.
fandom. That's why I kept saying it's like you don't like Star Wars and Star Trek and these kinds of things. It is diverse. It's diverse because it brings people in real life who will never know each other from different countries, and it unites them that way. Like when I
Yeah.
was at the toy show, and that guy came for the sword.
Yeah.
And were you with me, or was that Steve, or were you both
Oh,
there?
Steve.
Oh, so Steve must have been there, yeah. And I was going there, and I was wearing the sword shirt. It's the sword is a metal band,
Yeah.
and he, he walked by. He's like, the sword. And I was like, yes. And Steve was just like, what is happening right now? And it's like it's like it's the sword. Like,
Yeah.
don't worry about
Yeah.
and then it's like, oh yeah, yeah. And we're just talking, and we're like, and that's what the guy told me. Oh yeah, that's what he told me about Elric.
Yeah.
And he's like, you like Conan, right? I'm like, of course I like Conan.
Yeah.
He's like, do you like Elric? I'm like, no, I don't know Elric. He's like, oh, he goes, someone like you should know Elric. I was like, oh shit. I was like, okay, I'm doing it. And the
Yeah.
guy's from Chicago, and I'm from.
The Witcher is a mega super duper ripoff of Elric. Oh my god.
Oh my
And that guy's
God.
making tons of money. It's like Michael Moorcock's just sitting around like
Dude,
like
sue,
God,
sue,
they're like
sue,
you should sue
sue.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's exact, eh? Like,
Yeah,
I
it's
don't,
like
I don't, I don't
crazy,
think the
man.
swords, like,
But he looks the same. Like
But
it's
he looks like
what
him.
the hell, man? It's totally a ripoff.
yeah, it's a
Anyway,
ripoff. Yeah,
yeah.
he looks exactly like him.
Yeah.
That's really awful.
Yeah.
And I bought all the novels in digital form.
Yeah.
And I read
Of
the
of which
Elric.
one? Elric?
Michael
Yeah.
Moorcock, the real,
Yeah, Elric.
just the ones that he wrote though. Like there's
When
like
I was
5
rereading
collections.
Conan, like the comics, I was like, oh my god, they made a cool Marvel Elric here,
Yes,
man. It's awesome. Yeah. When
yeah.
he
So
teams up, they team up, man. That's great.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got that one. Hold on.
Oh,
I've been looking for some other ones to use, but
yeah. No, but this is good. Like, they have to steady their hand like, with their other hand. Like,
it's like,
oh, like yeah. Elizabeth's Elizabeth's like, oh, yeah.
whoa.
Great.
I'm trying to find some good. I'm trying to find some good like ones with sound. I want to use some Dusty Rhodes ones.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to Steve on the wrestling stream, talking about like how Dusty Rhodes like the Hard Times
Yeah.
promo.
Yeah.
And he's like, Hard Times is where a factory worker who worked for 30 years gets the boot. They give him a watch and they give him the boot and they say, a computer took your place. And he was like, that's Hard Times. And he's like, and he goes, what up? It's like a plumber, got 5 kids, can't feed them. That's Hard Times. He's
Yeah.
like, and Ric Flair, you put Hard Times on the American people when you stole the belt from Dusty Rhodes. And I'm like, whoa. It's like, that is not the same thing. It's
It's
like,
not the same thing.
it's like Ric Flair put Hard Times on America because Dusty Rhodes lost the belt. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. And and then Dusty Rhodes like, we're gonna put our heads together. Reach out to me, people. Because we're gonna gather the biggest gathering of a force ever in a stadium, and we're gonna take that belt back. And I'm like, dude, I gotta take the belt back. Like, I'm with you, Dusty. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm reaching out. I'm like, well, I'm with you, Dusty. Dusty Rhodes is the best.
If he wasn't a wrestler, he would have been a preacher or something.
I know,
'Cause,
like,
yeah.
you're so with that guy. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm with you. Like, I'm putting
Yeah.
my hand out. I'm like, Dusty. I'm like,
Yeah.
we're doing this. We're gonna do it at Starrcade '85, baby. We're taking the belt back. And it's like I'm Canadian, and I'm like, no, I gotta. It's
They
like,
should release the Starcades. They only have the best of. This.
yeah, they should.
Yeah.
And Ric Flair put Hard Times on the American people.
On the American people, man.
This is bullshit.
Shame on that guy.
Yeah, I know. They got to do something with Alrec. But yeah, I don't like the Punisher logo that's not symmetrical. Like, I know this one became new, but I don't like that there's this hook thing here, and this looks weird. I like
Trying to make it a little
symmetrical.
sloppy, like he paints it on or something, but
Yeah, but it doesn't look like he painted it. Like, it's like he painted it on a weird. Like, I like this. Like, I like
Yeah.
this style where it's like symmetrical. This is from the new movie, right? Where it's like it changed. This is terrible. Like I don't know what the hell
What the
that is.
hell? No.
Yeah, like
Oh,
this
this
is
is a
not.
stock one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not like this is the real one,
Yes. Yeah.
right? But like this is not too bad if you spray paint it on
It
something.
looks like an alien skull.
It does look like an alien skull. Like I don't know why it's like yeah, this is the real
Yeah,
Punisher.
that's the
So
real one. Yeah.
I don't mind where it's like
Mickey Mouse.
I don't mind where they've made it where it's sort of like it blends into his belt, like where the
You
teeth
know what?
become.
Whenever I drew him, I drew the teeth as the belt, because some
Yeah,
illustrations had that.
yeah, a Punisher logo. Let me see Punisher. Let's go art, and it's like you can. It sometimes it goes into the like see like this how it's like part of the
Yeah.
belt here.
Yeah.
This one no, but that's not bad. Like this is cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes it goes into the belt, which I think is kind of neat. See, like look at the art here. That looks sick, but like
Yeah.
that's not in the movie. Actually, that poster I had that too. This is cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
Do you like other white items, or do you like just the black with the white?
Well, that looks too shieldish to me.
Yeah, I'm okay with all black, but just the skull.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't need to have all the boots and everything,
But
but
I think that's very 80s.
yeah,
Um, that whole thing with the straps and all that stuff. And yeah.
yeah. I don't need I don't need all the white straps and all that. Like, just thing. Let's look at War Journal, which is what's his face, Jim
Jim
Lee.
Lee.
Yeah, I think Jim Lee really just suited War Journal
Yeah.
for me. But like, what's some of the good ones like yeah that like this is cool.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's one where he fought Bushwhacker. Whatever, I can't spell. Yeah, this was this storyline was awesome. This was, but he has the white boots here. But I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think he didn't really have it in the comic. That's where like
No, the white gloves and it. Yeah. It's a. I mean, I'm used to it, right?
yeah,
That was classic Punisher.
this was awesome, man. Like this.
Like, what does he
entire-
look like in the first appearance in Amazing Spider-Man? Like, it's the white gloves and the white boots and the thing, right? Because he's a Spider-Man villain, so he's got to look a bit made up, you
what
know.
number is Amazing Spider-Man 180? No, what is it?
You could just say first appearance of Punisher.
Yeah, he's got the white,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
which I mean, it's a Spider-Man villain, so you know it's gonna be like that.
Yeah, yeah.
The one that we read was pretty good too, though. The one that we looked at, yes, he's got.
Oh yeah, the Amazing Spider-Man with Eric Larson drawing
yeah,
it. Yeah.
with his fangs.
With the weird, yeah. It's like, what's he doing?
We could talk about the Amazing Spider-Man this Sunday too, or Saturday too, because Mary Jane has kids. She has a secret lover, and she's fathered or she's birthed two kids from this other guy.
Yeah, I don't understand. So, is he coming from another universe or something, or what
I
happened?
didn't read it yet. I have it. I bought it.
I read it and I was like, I
Oh,
don't
did
get.
you read it?
I gotta
Okay.
read it again. I don't know.
Okay, so yeah, I don't get what happened. Like
I bought a whole bunch of shit, but like that was that was probably the least best thing. The two big hyped up ones was that and Death of Justice League, and like I bought other stuff that was way better. Like Silver Surfer Rebirth. If you're not reading that,
no.
is wicked, man.
Okay,
Because
so
it's
I'll get
it's
that.
very like the old, like, well, the Silver Surfer comics that we grew up with. Like, I don't know if you read Silver Surfer in like the early '90s and stuff.
I've only read. I went back and read the Stan Lee ones
Oh, okay, yeah.
that he
No, I
wrote.
was reading him in the '90s and stuff when they were leading up to all the stuff with Thanos and
Right,
everything.
right.
It's like that, and the covers are retro too. So at least to me, but yeah,
Maybe I'll check. What issue is that on?
it's on 4 now. 4 just came out.
Yeah, maybe I'll grab. Maybe I'll grab it then.
Yeah, they're cool.
I'll get it.
man.
I'll just get it on digital and just get it that way. Did
And
you buy
Jack
the
of
deal?
Hearts is now a herald. So
Oh
yeah,
my god! Oh, Jack of Hearts really? He's in that She-Hulk thing, which it was interesting for like one issue, and I was like, yeah.
I don't know why they're hyping him up. So I have his first appearance. It's in ROM,
Oh
Space
wow,
Knight. Yeah. So I
that's
always thought
random.
he sucked as a character, but they're bringing him back in a big way for some reason. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's in She-Hulk. I'm like, really? Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Jim Lee muted the white. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that. Like, that's one of the changes that I'm like okay with.
Yeah.
Just having the black, all black with the white. That's the statue. Where's my statue? Where's that Punisher statue? Oh, there it is. Yeah, so mine is all black with just the white.
Yeah.
And I've got a Punisher bust as well, which is pretty neat.
Oh
I
yeah.
just wish that Punisher would do like, I'm getting the new ones. I mean, like it's okay. I don't know. I just wish it was. Nothing got me as excited as the War Journal did, and I've tried every iteration,
It's
every time I've
honest to
tried.
God, those yeah, because some of my favorite Punisher comics are War Journal like two parters and stuff.
Yeah,
He goes to another country and
yeah, 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 yeah,
and he
yeah.
commandeers like a tank that someone got on surplus or something like that. Those are awesome, and they're very very action movie like, especially of that time. So at the time, you got all these Death Wish and all that stuff is just normal, and you read these comics and it's like, oh, this is cool. Now it's awesome because it's like, oh my
Right.
god, like it captured that zeitgeist perfectly, and they'll never be able to get that back.
No, they won't do really hardcore action movies anymore. They do a little bit with like John Wick or Nobody and things like that. Very. Did you see Upgrade?
I didn't see. I know about it. Yeah,
Oh my god, that was awesome.
yeah,
Yeah, I can lend it to you if you need it. So let me know if you need it. I can lend it to you.
yeah.
But that was awesome. But yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
but it's one of those things where, like John Wick, I think Steve said this. Like, if John Wick were released in that golden age of action, it would be kind of like, oh yeah, it would be
right.
like, no offense to Maniac Cop, but it would be like Maniac Cop was to like, Freddy. It would be like, yeah, this movie that like almost no one knows about, and there's kind of sequels, but whatever. Um,
Oh
John Wick
man,
comes out now, and it's unique in the marketplace because no one's making movies like this anymore. And it was like, oh my god, the John Wick movies, it's like, but they're like, back in the day compared to like back in the day, anything that Chuck Norris or like Van Damme was putting out would blow it away, right?
oh, I mean,
So, yeah.
and we're doing those on the Action Elite. We're doing all that stuff, and it's like all these movies we're looking at, like Above the Law. Like Above the Law, I thought was boring as piss, and then I watched it again. I'm like, this is really cool. It's like Pam Grier, and they're teaming up. They're taking down the big guys. Henry Silva's a crazy guy, and I'm like,
Yeah.
this is a really cool movie. I really like this a lot. I'm like thinking, I thought this sucked before.
Yeah, that was the serious like highbrow action movie
Right,
back
right.
in, and now it's like this is freaking awesome.
Yeah, this
you
is
know
really neat, right? Like, and Marked for Death. So I haven't watched Marked for Death in a while, so that must be a masterpiece now.
yeah.
Because, like, to me, Marked for Death, Out for Justice, Under Siege 1 and 2, those are like the super big, awesome Seagal ones.
Yeah.
And, like, Hard to Kill is like, yeah, it was okay. And Above the Law is okay. And now I'm watching those, and I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. I'm like, well, if Above the Law is really good now, and I used to think it was garbage, Marked for Death must be a masterpiece. Like, because I
Which one is
remember
the one where he drives the monster truck into the house or whatever at the end
God,
of it?
I don't know. I don't
It's
even
one of
know.
those. I
It's
don't
one of
know.
those. Yeah, it's like one of the three title. Like, I don't know, but like Marked for Death. That's the I only know the by the people he fights as Jamaicans, in that one. And
Yeah,
Out for
yeah,
Justice.
yeah.
Yeah, Out for Justice and Marked for Death, and the two Under Siege movies. I like both those as well. Hey,
Is it
Skeptic,
four
what's
eyes
going
and
on?
two mouths or whatever? And
He
it's like
has
four
four
arms or
eyes and two heads and all that. And it's
yeah.
like, and then he kills both of them, and he literally
I hope they're not triplets.
he
Yeah.
snaps the guy's like back and throws him down an elevator shaft, and then it's like, I hope it's not triplets. I'm like, you've literally manhandled a human being and like ragdolled him, and it's like, I hope there's not triplets.
I love the Will Sasso sketches where from Matt TV where he walks into
Yes.
a common American diner, right, and he beats up guys randomly for no reason. It's like he thinks everyone's attacking him and stuff. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
great.
oh man, that's awesome. Do we think that Andrew told Sony to F off when they asked him to come back for Amazing Spider-Man? Oh, I don't know. He's just not going to do it. He's taking a break or
I
something,
don't
I
know. I'm
think.
tired of Spider-Man movies. I'll watch them, but like I don't know. I'm sort of like I know everyone loves this No Way Home or whatever the hell it was called. It's awesome. It's not Spider Man to me. It's still not. I don't know why they would erase Uncle Ben. No one, everyone said I don't want to see the origin again. that didn't mean erase him entirely from the frickin' lore. No one said that. Why did they do that?
Yeah.
So yeah,
But we're
anyways.
stuck with that. The like, okay, look, I mean, we're gonna
Yeah,
talk
no,
about
it's
this on
so unnecessary. Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna talk about this on, well, maybe on Saturday, but we're gonna talk about it for Doctor Strange because I can already foresee this
Yeah.
conversation happening. Look, nothing that we've seen in any movie, or very very rarely, is ever the comics. So what you're left with is, do I like the hero? This it's my like, listen, it
I
all
know,
comes
but
back.
if
It
it's
all comes.
unnecessary, I
I know,
have
but it doesn't
issue with
matter.
that.
But it depends. If someone's gonna be pissed off over everything, right? It's like, no matter what you do, you're screwed. You can't, because the comics. There's too many comic books. There's too many comics. It's like, and they wrote themselves out of Uncle Ben. It's like they lost them, and you're like, well, what are you gonna do now? It's like,
Yeah. No, he's cool as Spider-Man, but it's just not Spider-Man to me. It's like, I, yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, I don't want the Spider-Man that we just got now, where Mary Jane has two kids. Like, right? Like, it's like, what do you choose from? Like,
Well, like, yeah.
and the
Marvel
last,
doesn't know what the hell they're doing anyway. So,
yeah. So this is what I'm saying.
well,
Nobody
no,
knows
but
what they're
the
doing.
solution is I go back and I read the old stuff, and I don't read the new stuff.
Right.
And the
That is
old
the
stuff
solution.
doesn't give money to the people that are making the stuff. So,
Yeah, and that's what's going
yeah,
to happen.
yeah,
People are reverting back to the old comics. Like, look, I'm collecting the new stuff that's coming out. I got Death of Justice League, whatever.
yeah,
But my enjoyment comes. I've got two iPads and physical comics.
yeah,
So I've got an iPad of old stuff
yeah,
and an iPad of brand new stuff, both digital. And then I've got the physical comics. The physical comics are all new, right? Because I've read all the old stuff. Like, whenever we go to a convention, I come back and I'll read the old comics that I bought. So
yeah,
whatever. So I read those Batmans that I bought last time. I read Destroyer, right?
yeah,
So now those get packed up. So now I'm left with my digital collection. So
yeah.
what am I going to read? And I go to the old stuff because I got all the Batmans digital,
Hmm.
like 400 to 499. I got them all digital. So
Hmm.
I've been reading those from 400, and then
Yeah,
like, I'm going through and reading those all, and that's where I'm getting all my enjoyment from.
yeah,
I'm not getting, and I'm actually behind two issues of Detective Comics. I'm behind on Action, one
hmm,
issue. I'm behind on Wonder Woman, and that came out 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I'm behind on one.
yeah.
I didn't read Amazing Spider-Man. I read the X-Men stuff because I do it for my channel. I read Death of the Justice League because literally DW said, J-Man, can you, I want to talk about that. Can you do your review on it?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, Sean already reviewed it. Really, like, Sean reviewed it in email, and I'm like, that's good enough,
Yeah, I was like, F this.
right?
No,
So I'm like,
yeah,
well, I'll do my thing, and I'm always fair on my reviews,
yeah,
and but I'm not getting the enjoyment out of it. And actually, randomly, this is like way off topic, but literally, I saw this and I grabbed it
yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
with
heavy metal.
Tarna on the cover. I've got all these digital, but 316, issue number 316 of Heavy Metal. I'm like, you know what? When all else fails, just take this. You
Yeah.
get like 7 stories or whatever it happens to be.
Well, it's funny, like, I've been reading, like, the old heavy metals. I don't have any issue with modern heavy metal.
Because it's the
Uh,
same. It's
and
never changed.
yeah, the thing is, it's funny. I go to the comic shop, like, now, because ever since this whole Amazon thing happened, I've been revisiting the comic shop more.
Right.
And I buy some of the mainstream stuff, but most of the time I'm drawn to stuff that looks fun and cool. I'm buying Conan. I'm buying, like, weird stuff that's new, that's indie and all that stuff. There's more invention and stuff going on. That's what I want, and I don't know why they don't do that in Marvel and DC. Like, I'm reading the old Avengers from one onward, right? A Clobberin,
Hey,
and it's like
Clobbery.
every issue and every story is new invention and new cool stuff, and it's like, like I'm reading like Red Wolf is has joined, and they're fighting his cause and everything. But there's always a new classic guy. Like, everything, they're minting, like, new IPs all the time in that comic. Back in the day, and I don't get that invention and stuff here now. I mean,
No.
Naomi doesn't count, man. It's
No.
like,
I could
because they
not get
didn't
into
make
that.
her endearing. I mean, give her some obstacles or something. Yeah.
I didn't see Sonic 2. I'll see it when it comes out on.
It looks awesome.
I mean, Knuckles is in it too, right?
It looks like like what they should do for a Superman movie. He's got powers. He fights a guy, and there's a big giant battle with a big robot at the end. Like, oh my god!
What is it with the Ram v
I don't know
Detective
what Ram
Comics?
versus Detective Comics is.
I don't know who that is, but I mean, I get Detective Comics, so I'll see. Transform Rise of the Beast. Is that Michael Bay?
It's not Michael Bay, but it's the sequel to Bumblebee.
Then
I
I
At
don't
this
care.
point they've it's Transformers is ashes that they're dancing on. It's like I don't know what
I just bought Blur, Cup, and
right from the movie, from the real
Wreck-Gar
movie,
from
yeah,
the real movie. Yeah. Um,
86, yeah,
and I got the soundtrack to Fire and Ice, baby. I can't believe it,
yes,
man.
yeah, from that
So
player
when
too.
I ordered from that site, they instantaneously, the second I hit submit order,
Yeah.
I instantaneously got all three. I got Exterminator 2,
Oh,
Fire and
you mean
Ice,
digital, right?
digital,
Yeah,
and Return of the Swamp Thing, and then they're gonna ship me the physical copies. Exterminator 2 is a double album, and they have 16-page like fold out things. Like Fire and Ice, it's crazy. It's 12 pages of information on the soundtrack. They talk about every track.
yeah, that's awesome.
It's Fire and Ice,
It's
man.
yeah, a
Dude,
lot of this physical media will be curated stuff made by fans, and you'll
yeah.
get really good quality stuff out of it. It's like DVD, Blu-ray, CD.
Oh, the new He-Man CGI. Oh, I like the new He-Man CGI. Did you finish it, Sean? Did you finish season
I
2?
didn't finish it yet, but like I'm
Oh,
almost.
Did you do you know the spoiler at the end?
No, what's the spoiler? Just tell me.
Oh man, freaking Crass becomes the villain to fight He-Man.
Well, that looked like that was happening. I don't know how many episodes it is. Maybe I'm on the last episode. It looked like that was
She
happening
started to
anyway.
kind of.
Because
I
her thing
love
is
her
chaos energy or
her
whatever. Yeah.
chaos energy. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I love it. I don't care. It's
It's
not the
cool.
it's the
You know
spirit
why?
of
Because it's
He-Man.
good, clean, honest writing.
It's
It doesn't
honest.
seem like there's an agenda. It just seems like everything's moving off of character, and that's the way it should be.
Yeah,
And the characters are about justice and right, and they're not, they're not deconstructing it so
right.
much as just reinventing it.
Bumblebee was the best. Well, it's the best by default because all the other ones are awful,
Yeah.
and this one's not awful. But
Ooh.
Bumblebee, oh man, Bumblebee's not that great. I don't
No,
know.
it's not.
It's not really that good.
But it's
You
sad
know,
that people say it's the best one because it's
yeah.
just by default it's not as silly, and,
Are you
and no one's
wearing
pissing on
Destro?
anyone, right?
Are you
Yeah.
wearing Destro right now? I didn't
Yeah.
see it. Oh my god, I didn't see you wearing Destro. That's awesome. I remember when you got that. You got that. That was a Redbubble, right?
Yeah, I think I uncorked it
New
here.
York, yeah.
Yeah, unboxed it
Yeah,
here.
oh
Yeah.
man, no. Okay, so Bumblebee, man, I have to take a bit of a hype on this thing. Look, this whole thing. I'm gonna give props to Steven. Steven called this. He went. I think he saw it in the theater. He
He
came back.
sounds good, yeah.
Well, the first 10 minutes is awesome. He goes, and the rest of it's the same as all the other ones. Now he's
Yeah.
like, it's slightly better because Haley Steinfeld or whatever her name
Mhm.
is actually not annoying, and I liked her in as Kate Bishop, and I like her in this Bumblebee movie. But the
Yeah.
problem is that Bumblebee sucks.
Yeah.
He's still like the other guys were cool. Those villain Transformers were pretty menacing.
But making him
It's
a
like,
childlike and everything is
yeah, why is he
ridiculous.
such a good?
Just give them characters. I don't know. There were heroes and stuff from
He's a
Cybertron.
war hero.
Yeah, he's fought a war. Why would he be all timid and weird about
And
things?
you know what I don't like? I don't like when guys are breaking stuff. Like when he gets scared and he breaks her house.
Yeah,
I
it's supposed to
I
be like
I don't.
slapstick funny, but it's
But
not.
it's not. You've destroyed her house and they're
Yeah,
poor.
yeah.
Like I don't like that at all.
It's
They
kind of a
do.
Michael Bay thing to do, but
That's a Michael Bay thing, man. I just oh god, I can't stand Michael Bay's movies. So okay, he's the writer. Okay, well I'm still I've been reading Detective Comics since whenever, so I will be getting it for sure. Oh, the Kevin Smith He-Man show. Oh, a skeptic, you're about to be
you're
banned from
joking,
this.
aren't you?
You're joking. You loved Bumblebee talked, but he didn't talk.
He
He
talks every
didn't.
so often, but
Yeah,
yeah.
a little bit. But yeah, the Kevin Smith He-Man, I've already beaten that to death, and I despise it. There's nothing anyone will ever say to ever make me give it any praise at all. I bought zero toys of it. Whenever I pass it by in the toy store, I literally avert my eyes. I
I don't know how
despise
many
it.
Skelegods there are at like Walmart. Walmart's all around the Toronto area. It's
I
like,
know.
no one wants to buy that thing.
I know. Give me a voice or whatever. Oh, yeah, it's always been. It's never left. It never left. Even in New 52, they went back to legacy numbering. I don't love any scene of it, so I'm not gonna. We're not talking about He-Man. At least not that garbage He-Man. But yeah, they did. They did. They brought back. You're joking around. You know they. You know they had. They've never. You know they
They
never
have a
got.
legacy numbering. I don't think they ever broke the numbering for that,
They
right?
went. New 52 rebooted it to number one.
And then they realized that was a stupid idea. And
Right.
then because
Yeah.
it's in the thousands now, isn't it?
Yeah. Tens. Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't know. I just. I literally I buy the physical copy, then I read the digital one.
yeah, yeah.
Skeletor's not awesome in that show, Skeptic. You haven't watched it. There's nothing you
In
can
what
say.
in the
Kevin Smith
in
one.
the Kevin Smith one, I we're not gonna get into this, but
Yeah, and like when Evelyn uses like sex to try to like to think he's like so
it's
stupid.
so out
Skeletor's so
of character and
stupid.
out of touch with the property
Yeah,
itself.
it has
So
nothing to do with He-Man.
no,
The CGI He-Man show doesn't look like He-Man really. It's changed the designs and they changed the characters a little bit,
yeah.
but the spirit of what He-Man is alive in it.
Are you
That's
getting
why
the that version of the Castle Grayskull?
I'm very seriously considering it.
I
I
don't know
have
why you
every
wouldn't. Just buy it.
yeah. I just it's really big.
Yeah.
500? No way. Come
You know
on.
what he's talking about.
Like, come on. What are you talking about? Um, when was Crisis? Was that after it was
And
Crisis?
that's
Right?
Crisis, is it
That's
not?
Crisis. Yeah. Is that the last one before Crisis? I don't
I
know
know they
because
ended
Go Ahead was
the
Batman.
Nocturna thing right before Crisis in both books. So yeah,
But like, um, I don't think what was Batman 100 behind? Because wasn't Batman 400 the last one before Crisis in the Batman
I
comic?
feel like it was.
Because there's a big shift once you read 401. Crisis was 85. Oh, 80, you're 85. Yeah, 80. So when was, I don't know the years and numbers. I'm really bad on these things.
I
So
always
I don't
thought it
know.
was 86. I guess 86 was like the relaunches and stuff.
Yeah. I know you're being silly. I know you're
Yeah.
being, but yeah, I don't know. So just to kind of finish off with Punisher or I like this Dolph Lundgren. I mean, to me, it's the best Dolph Lundgren. It's the best movie that we've gotten for Punisher.
Yeah. Well,
DC,
because it's
DC. I
it.
have DC. I have every DC and every Batman on digital. Every Batman, one to whatever the shit they're on now. I did miss a lot of the New 52 and some of the Rebirth Batmans and Detective Comics because I was buying them. So I have some that were downloaded and I have some that I purchased from Comixology and then I have some that I physically have. So if I combine all of that, I have everything.
Yeah, getting the physical ones, you can do it because a lot of people don't know what they have with those, right? Superman, I found with the show we went to, Superman's getting hard to come by simply because a lot of people just don't carry it, and I thought that was really troubling. It's Superman, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey Keely, thanks for popping in. So wait, I know we're talking about Dolph Lundgren Punisher and the comic book Punisher. Now we're just talking about anything. We kind of got through that really quickly, and now we're just shooting the shit. Do I have a bunch of money? No, but I don't buy anything else.
He didn't have white boots, if that's what you're asking. He's all black.
No, he didn't have the white boots. He had
No,
only all black.
biker stuff.
Come on, Clobby, man. Listen, that Dolph Lundgren movie is awesome. He literally destroys people. He destroys all the mafia, the yakuza. Lou Gossett Jr. is like the most passionate like friend
Yeah, he gives
ever.
a mega performance. It's like, you know this straight to video Punisher movie, right?
Yeah, yeah. They're like, wait, cut,
You know,
cut. Mr.
yeah, dial
Gossett,
it down a bit. Like, yeah,
Mr.
we're getting
Gossett,
way
this
too much quality out of you. Like, yeah,
Mr. Gossett, this is just going straight to video. You
yeah.
don't have to go like the full 100%. Like you can, and he's like, no, no,
Two,
no, no, no.
I remember 2 o'clock in the goddamn morning. And it's like I love that line. Like, you
Yeah,
don't got anything better to do at 2
2
o'clock in the
o'clock in the
goddamn
goddamn
morning.
morning.
He gets
Shit.
madder and madder as he's saying
Then he
it.
says shit as the guy's leaving. He's like, shit.
Yeah. Uh,
The Kevin Smith He-Man is my worst thing that I've ever seen in my life.
Talking about how J-Man changes my.
I literally, I hated that so much that I convinced Steve to sell all of his Kevin Smith stuff. Except
Yeah, he loved Kevin Smith. He bought like those
those evening with
stuff.
Kevin Smiths and all that.
Yeah.
Oh,
From the second I read that thing in Wizard, and that was like 1990 or something, I can't remember, where he was like, I don't get the whole Jack Kirby thing. I was like, oh my dear Jesus Lord.
yes.
What's
Oh,
going
let's.
And I was like, is he joking? And that
No.
was it. And from there, it's like, this guy's a huge sham. I don't
Yeah.
know what to tell you. He passes himself off as a big comic guy, but he can't be. He can't be. Where's the
Yeah.
love?
He,
Like, where's
yeah,
the appreciation for
and
what you're looking at?
did you send me that JPEG? Because I've got it too.
I sent it to you. I searched for it and I was like, remember this? Because I
Yeah.
remember that as a kid. I don't remember.
I don't
if-
remember. I don't remember from as I don't.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
No,
that.
I remember, and I was
I
like,
didn't
I
know
know
that.
this exists. And
Yeah.
I sent it to you. It was like, look, and then you tweeted, like, look at this. Like, you never liked
I
this.
don't.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna address Clobby's comment in a second because we're gonna have an argument over who hates him more. But Dolph Lundgren
Yeah,
Punisher. Look, so Keely, if they can do this, some nerd is ready out there to put the skull digitally
You should be able
on
to
him.
do this now. Yeah.
You're being too mean. It's a great action movie. It's a great action movie. Okay, hold on. So no one hates Kevin Smith movie. I mean, from day one. I mean, like, not from day one. So you've got the longevity of hating him. I didn't care about him, but I really like Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back,
Yeah. That was
which
funny.
is I don't know what
We
what-
thought it was funny when we were kids, but yeah.
I did not like the Clerks Part 1.
Yeah.
Mallrats was like what was the third one? I did not see Chasing Amy.
Like, you like Dogma, right?
Yeah, I like Dogma.
I think most people say Dogma is the best one.
I like Dogma and I like what's the other one? The Jay and Silent Bob Strike
Straight
Back.
back, yeah.
I bought both those two. Now I was gifted Mallrats, so I've got Mallrats. That's the only three things I own. I kept those because I legitimately do think Dogma's pretty funny, and Jay and Silent Bob. I mean, Jay is the most outrageous like character.
Yeah.
Like it's just, and then okay, what's the new one called? The Jay and Silent Bob
Reboot?
Reboot.
I never saw it because of you. You told me,
Yeah,
like,
you're
you know
welcome.
what? Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. First movie in my life that I stopped and didn't finish. Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. I'm 44. First movie in my life that I stopped. I've never stopped a movie. Even Nemesis 4, baby. We went through that sucker. Nemesis 4 is better than Jay and Silent Bob Reboot.
That can't be.
That
can't be. It's impossible.
It's impossible. No, I'm telling you. I despised that movie. Okay. He directed some episodes of Supergirl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your dad said, yeah. He also, so your dad's been wrong twice. So you're skeptic. Don't admit to people that your dad liked Amber.
Yeah, Casado and I is like, let me school you a bit, but yeah.
Yeah, so literally, yeah, so Sean found that in one of the mags, which is absolutely, and if you're a comic person, like nobody says Jack
That should
Kirby
put a
sucks.
sour taste in your mouth,
Yeah,
yeah.
nobody says that.
Yeah.
It could not be reached, didn't like him too. Dude, bro, stoner, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. The thing is, and you know what though? Like I love like he's like a fake stoner. I don't want to say I've never taken
He's
drugs,
he's a
and I've
stoner now, but like I remember back in the day when they were making Jay Silent Bob Strike Back, and he's like, I've never touched this stuff, and now he's a big stoner, but it's like, but he got into it when he was like 30 or 40 or something. It's like, dude, like that means you're a huge poser because then you got into it when you're like when you're an adult and you're sensible about
right,
things.
and that's like yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been drunk. I've never smoked. I've never gotten stoned. Any of that stuff. I'm super like that straight whatever it is. I literally have 2 beers a week. One on Saturday, one on Sunday. You can count them. It's like a 6 pack is a month for me. I
I've
literally
got
have
beers in
one
the
on.
fridge for like months. I don't really partake that much.
I have it with
I
because
can, but like
can
you know,
you can have it right? Yeah,
I can drink, yeah, but
yeah.
you know,
I have one on Saturday, one on Sunday. With my, like because we use Saturday and Sundays my because I eat nothing all week.
yeah.
So Saturday and Sunday is the let's really get get like I'll get like chicken ribs like I'll get like a fat
It's your
ass
cheat
meal.
day, yeah.
Those are my 2 cheat days where I'm like, listen, I'm not messing around.
The weekend, man. That's the
I
best
didn't I
cheat
didn't
days of all.
yeah
Yeah,
I didn't lose the 100 pounds to not
yeah.
eat
It's still part of the equation.
yeah.
I remember Stallone being asked because he had a mega chiseled body in the '90s, and he was asked like, do you? So there's no quarter pounders and Big Macs. He goes, that's not out of the equation. It's part of the diet. It's like I mega workout, and then there's one day where I mega eat
Well,
quarter
dude,
pounders and stuff.
I used to get Whopper Wednesday every Wednesday. In
Yeah.
Canada, Whopper Wednesday is the cheap day, cheap combo day. Never missed a Whopper Wednesday while I was losing the weight. So F all you guys who literally people were so angry at me. They're like, fucking you're getting a
Whoppers are
Whopper.
yeah.
They're
Whoppers are
640
amazing.
calories. Whopper's a 640 calorie sandwich. I know all
Really?
the
That's
calories.
not that bad.
I thought exactly.
I thought it would be like 1,000 calories or something.
And 360 for the medium fries, and you get a Coke Zero. It's 1,000. Ghostbusters 2016.
See,
Well, nobody likes
he
that.
knows the numbers, so you
I
know he
do know
means
the
business in a
numbers. Yeah,
way.
I had a spreadsheet. I still have it. I mean, you got to be disciplined.
So you have to count the carbs, not the calories. But yeah,
I see. I didn't do that. I just counted only the calories, and I could eat whatever I wanted.
yeah.
Could I be? Oh yeah, yeah. He was on there. I didn't think he may be a lizard. He might be.
Might be, you know.
Yeah, that
Could be.
Supergirl show is a disaster. Even though I bought all of it, I haven't seen the last season of Supergirl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, Whopper Wednesday is nostalgic. Yeah, but no, Kevin Smith, man,
Yeah, he has his own little cult. Like he'll make these little movies that gross
so awful.
just enough to make some sort of profit off the people that love him. From like I remember the View Askew-niverse, right? The View
Yes,
Askew
yeah.
website he had. It's all these followers that It's like the people that made Clerks 2 make a little bit of money, you know.
I didn't like
And
Clerks
Tusk,
2 either. I didn't
yeah,
like Tusk.
yeah.
I only like Dogma and Jay and Silent Bob because Jay and Silent Bob is just an outrageous movie.
No, yeah, it's
Um,
like I'll swear like a sailor is what I do when
yeah,
I'm not on the stream.
yeah,
So J Man knows.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I
so
know.
so
I
it's
know
like
the
I
real
like Jane
Sean.
Silent Bob Strike Back because of that, but it is a little bit dated now. Um, like a lot of that stuff, right?
I guess so,
I
but
could
it's still
toss the
funny.
F word around all the time, and it's not the one you think. Yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, I don't care. I think it's funny. It doesn't affect me. And I've got two friends, so and you've got one, so we're allowed. I've got the get out of jail free card with this. I don't want to go through all the minorities and races that I'm friends with. So it's like I have almost every get out of jail free card except for one. I don't have the N, but everything else I've got the get out of jail free card.
I would never say any of those words, anyways. Now, yeah, no, I've
Just
never
saying.
said most of those words, so. It's just
Well,
if it's not in your lexicon, it's like
yeah, that's true. Yeah, it
yeah.
doesn't come up as a thing that we
No, but
say.
like it's not part of your philosophy either, right? So
You're broke. Well, too bad, buddy. You got get a job. Stop watching that garbage He-Man cartoon. And
I would say Whopper is a great thing to eat when you're super hungry, because it then it
so
sits in your stomach like a lead. You
I
know,
think I think Sean, you used to get 2 Whoppers. Remember those days?
I used to get no, I used to get the
Oh,
what do you
double
call it?
Whopper.
The double Whopper. So here's
God
the story.
damn.
So
Damn, man.
J Man was like 200 pounds heavier than he is now or something,
I was
and
at
I
200 pounds more. Jesus Christ.
was 100 pounds more.
I
It
was
was 100 pounds.
105, maybe
Yeah.
110.
And
200? That would have made me 400 pounds. I mean, I can take it.
But
I'll
like the
take
thing
an
is,
extra 100 on.
I've always been skinny, so
Yeah.
like I would order a double Whopper, and J Man would order like a
Three
couple
juniors.
juniors, yeah.
I do
And so
three
when they
juniors.
bring the food, they give him the double Whopper.
Yeah.
He's like, and he's like, I didn't order that freaking thing. It's like this guy did. So yeah,
Hey,
I
that's
totally shout at them.
that's fatism, or what's the word for that?
It's probably fatism, yeah.
It's fatism, you bastards. I should have been offended and gone on
And I get
Twitter.
the little ketchup cups and use it as a dipping
Yes.
sauce.
Yeah, you get like 7 of those. I'm like, really? Do you need 7 of these? Like, no, I know. Like, yeah, they'd give me the fat guy meal. It's like, listen, it's like I got the 3 juniors, man. This guy's got the double Whoppers and all that shit.
It was good stuff.
I'm
I
telling you,
couldn't do
it's
that now,
fatism.
but yeah.
And they didn't
I'm not
hire
gonna
me.
go through all of the medication I take now. It's a lot.
Yeah, no, now here, yeah, no, that's not good. Yeah, yeah, I don't like Clerks really. There's a
No, I
couple of
think
funny
it's a
bits.
it's a one note douchey sort of pretentious thing. Is like, look, black and white, and they're just talking. How artistic, you know, and the art crowd really loved it, and that's what catapulted them to fame.
Yeah,
But I, I don't.
I watched it once and I thought, okay, it's a movie, I guess. You know, it's not long or anything, so you can kind of watch it. But I don't know. A lot of people really got like really hyped up over that,
Yeah.
and I think because it was like they're talking like us. They're talking like
It
the
was the
nerds, but
anti
they
movie, right? It's like
yeah.
anti Hollywood, right?
But I don't think that they were talking like us. Like they were and they weren't. Like they were saying things like oh the stormtroopers were all
The
just
geek
paid and all
stuff,
that,
yeah.
the geek stuff. It's like or the workers building the Death Star. It's like well they're working for the Empire. Should they get killed? And it's like but we didn't talk about that. We just talked about how cool like Star Wars was, and it's like oh that was a cool scene. Or you know did you? It's like you know it's like with the
It
stormtroopers.
looks like
Like,
stand-up routines put to film,
yeah,
basically.
that's
Yeah,
that's a good way of saying
yeah.
it.
It's like hot takes on all the stuff, right? But it's like
Hot
it's just
takes.
who cares, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I didn't care about any of that, right? It's like I just
yeah,
don't care. Junior Whoppers, but I do like Junior Whoppers.
yeah.
Favorite version of the Punisher in comic book? Oh, Punisher War Journal is my favorite. Sean, what's your favorite? Punisher War Journal
War
or the
Journal, yeah.
magazine?
I love the magazine too. There's one where he goes to they did a whole Jim Jones thing, and he goes to Guyana and everything. I was
Oh
like,
my
that was
god,
awesome. And I showed my mom like, look,
where's
look,
that?
Punisher goes to Guyana.
I
But
like in War Journal, like he went to Florida, like that was the Wolverine
yeah,
thing. He
they
goes to
took stuff
Florida
from
and
the
stuff.
headlines and they made Punisher stories out of them. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I got to read those again. I got to
Yeah,
go through all of those. Jim Lee didn't do the art for all of it, but he did suit that. Like Jim Lee's a loser executive at DC.
yeah,
But when he was doing the art, you know, for certain things, I thought it was really cool. And
yeah.
I know, like, not everyone's, you know, they're like, oh, it's cheesy. We like the '90s stuff. Like, I've got, you know, Jim Lee's writing this. It's underneath Sean, right? It's,
Yeah.
under, it's right there, right? So it's like, I mean, I like the art. So what do you want me to tell you? It's like I really liked it. I mean, that was one of the big draws, and you know, Wildcats. You know, I like the art of that, and
They're superheroes. We're pranking people? What
no,
is it?
stop it. You know what they're saying.
No, I can't remember what.
We're good against evil.
Oh my god. Like enunciate, man. Like,
Oh my god, everybody on the planet
we're
knows what
good
you're saying,
against you.
Sean.
Is
What
it
are you
too
talking
many
about?
syllables to squeeze into that?
If you had to watch the Batman 60 times or Nemesis, oh Batman.
Yeah,
No,
Batman.
I've seen the Batman a few times. I have it on all the time on the thing, but
No, Nemesis 4 is really like listen, I know you're gonna seek it out, Dude, it's a forbidden movie, man. It's like you should never watch it.
Yeah, don't
You'll be
watch
like,
it.
what am I watching? Like
Uh,
they should do the thing from Clockwork Orange, like clip people's eyes and they have to watch Nemesis 4.
I remember I'm threatening all 5 Nemesis movies, baby. We got to
Like
do
a marathon?
marathon, and you're
Oh,
coming
I
over
don't
for it.
know.
No,
I don't
I'm
know. We're gonna be talking through it because
no,
it's
no
not good.
zip lips the whole way.
You gotta put the tape over
Yeah, the
the
tape.
mouths.
It's like, or the Beetlejuice where he
They're
has the
they're
arm
not.
and the
Look,
iron.
part one is awesome. It was a revolutionary, low budget action picture. Everyone loved it. It's been ripped off by like bigger budget films. 2 and 3
I did
are
like this.
insufferable. 4 is a tax shelter. It has to be. It's like there's no reason. There's nothing going on in this movie at all. And I know people say this about films, but nothing happens in this movie. There's an interrogation for like 12 minutes and like nothing. It's exposition dump for no reason. None
It's
of
a
it
very
pays off.
long it's a very long
Yeah.
exposition dump. Oh man, look, the Batman movie. I rewatched it a little bit more proper. Yeah, I love Deadpool kills the universe. I thought that was really neat.
Well,
I'm
Punisher
not a
kills the Marvel
I'm not a
universe.
Deadpool guy.
Yeah.
Despite me being a massive Rob Liefeld.
No, like
Rob
that.
Liefeld retweets my tweets and quote tweets them and talks to me all the time now.
Yeah.
Every time. Like
To the point where you don't take screenshots
no,
anymore.
I stopped that.
Yeah, it's like
I stopped that a year ago. He responds all the time to me. Like
Oh.
even when I respawn and spawn, he responds back. Where are we at? Oh yeah, Rob's on here.
No,
so
getting rid of the bots.
Oh, geez, whoa! They all came out of
It's
nowhere.
an invasion, man. Oh,
Whoa! That was crazy. I don't know
whew.
how I got there.
I don't know why they're being like super
New
spammy.
comic books. Oh no, the new logo's garbage.
Here, get rid of that one.
Oh, is there another one? Oh my
Yeah,
god!
right after Arkham.
Wow. So many bots. It's like
You need like super wrenchers
oh.
in the chat like Clobby has.
I don't know I don't know how to make that. An error occurred. It's like not letting me refresh.
Oh, it's not letting him. Oh my god, there's an error. I've never seen that before.
Wow.
Wow.
I
Well,
put
you
user in
know,
timeout. There, I put him in timeout.
there you go. Whew.
So I've been reading. I read the first issue of that. I got the second issue. Oh my god! I don't, how
Yeah.
is this happening?
Someone's sending them.
An error has occurred. I can't do it. Wow, I can't.
How are
do it.
errors occurring, man? There's 4 of them.
How do I do that for
Wrenching? Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That
It's
is so
your
messed up.
stream, man, right?
So yeah, someone has to like tell me. It's like it won't let me do it. It says error occurred. Yeah, an error occurred. Try refreshing the page. What do you mean refreshing?
That's
the page?
messed up.
Anyways,
Yeah.
so yeah, I've read the first issue. I'm on the second. The logo's garbage. The story's not so bad. Albert Pion, yeah. Nemesis one is great. You have to.
Yeah, I
check.
think he came back for 4.
No, I didn't change my
Four
mind.
was
It's 5
awful.
out of 10. But 5 out of 10 means it's average okay. The problems are for me, it's like 5 out of 10. I can watch crappy movies all the time. That's the difference. It's like I'm not gonna not watch it. I've seen Batman Forever and Batman and Robin so many times. Yeah, Arkham, you're crazy. Watch the Batman 66. Adam West knew that he had to climb up and sneak in. Adam West never knocked.
Yeah,
on the door
he
and asked for
never
the
knocked
Batman.
on a door. Oh, but it's year 2. Well, he's learned nothing in 2 years?
Yeah.
Like, well, what? And why are the cops dumb? Is it their year 2 too?
I don't know how to do it. You go to YouTube. Okay, so you go to YouTube, click on someone in the chat and say make moderator. Oh, okay. Let's see if that works. So I go to YouTube and I find there. There you go. There you go. I made you a moderator. I didn't know you could do it like that. That's really neat. Sean,
That's
I should
cool.
make you a moderator.
Go ahead.
You got to go in the chat on YouTube.
Into YouTube chat.
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh, frick.
You guys, it's like I know. Soon as we said Nemesis 4 was bad, the bots came in.
I know.
Oh man, they got us. They know who we are now. You know, there's no point in doing it now because I'm gonna end the stream in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter, but
Power up. G. Cool.
well, I mean, look, I can watch any Batman thing. So I've been I rewatched the Batman 66 show, which I think is a great show. I rewatched that so many times. You know what's an episode that I thought was underrated just now that I just watched today was Zelda the Great with Ann Baxter. And I really like that episode a lot. There's actually a lot of cool stuff going on in that episode. Oh, Sean, are you in there now? I wonder if I make you a mod, will you stay a mod? Yeah, we'll do that on another day or whatever. Okay, so Sean, I think, is now in the chat. Although he's frozen. Sean's frozen. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, so I liked... and she played two characters. She was Zelda, but then she was also Queen of the Cossacks. And I liked her in both roles, but I like Zelda, and I like the fake tears where she was putting the fake tears in. That was kind of neat. There you go, Sean. You're back.
Hey, so.
So yeah, are you in the chat, Sean, on YouTube?
I am now. Let me just get
The Minstrel was pretty good too. He did some good damage.
something. There. Bequeath me.
All right, let's see. Say something. Okay, add moderator. Booyah. Okay, so let's see if you stay a moderator for the next stream. Just in case. What's today?
Wow.
Thursday? Yeah.
Wow.
So Clobby, you're on tonight, right? Or no? Are you on tonight? I usually have notifications on. I didn't get a notification from you. Yeah, I didn't get anything yet. Oh, it's on half an hour. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you're good, Sean. Are you a moderator now?
Oh, yeah, I am. Let me, my internet's the shits tonight, but.
That's okay. Yeah, we're done now anyways. We stopped talking about Punisher like an hour ago, but that's
Okay.
You're on in a bit. Yeah, so I'll see you in a bit, Clobby, once we're going to shut this down in a minute.
Yeah, Clubhouse is tonight. So.
Clubhouse is tonight. Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
So tomorrow I'm going to be on the Action Elite at 8 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to be talking about The Perfect Weapon with Jeff Speakman, which, like, spoilers, is like an 8 out of 10 for me. Just because Jeff Speakman is like on fire in that movie. There's literally an action scene, and then a story, action scene, story, action scene, story, and literally it's every few minutes.
Yeah.
All right, Skeptic, stop watching that. Don't give credit to that Kevin Smith guy. He's a complete bastard. The other thing about Kevin Smith is that he lied. If he came out and said, look, this He-Man has nothing to do with the old He-Man, I'm just doing whatever I feel like it because I'm Kevin Smith, then I could say you're an asshole, but I'm done.
He said in his Fat Man on Batman or whatever, Fat Man Beyond, I think it's called now.
Yeah,
he said that he did this specifically to get a foot in the door into Netflix. That's all. But then before and after that, he went hard on this whole, I'm a big fan too. And he's not,
He's not.
No.
And if you're not a fan, like, there's no point in lying.
Yeah.
Because we're going to catch you out. In the first episode, you're like, you're not a fan of He-Man because what you would have done wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do what a fan does.
Yeah.
It's like when J.J. Abrams like, I'm a fan of Star Wars. It's like, what part of Star Wars are you a fan of? Han Solo? Nope. Luke Skywalker? Nope. Luke's not in it, so he ruined that. And he killed Han Solo. And that means that Han was never going to meet with Luke. Like, he didn't put Luke in his first movie, and he killed Han Solo. So he started the trash.
Yeah.
And Obi-Wan Kenobi's going to end it.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, it's gonna break Star Wars. From now on, from that show forward, they will dub over Hayden Christensen's voice over Darth Vader, and you'll never hear James Earl Jones as Darth Vader again. And you think that's funny? You think that's impossible? Horseshit, that's gonna happen. They are gonna fundamentally ruin Darth Vader retroactively in Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. Yes, New Hope, but I call it Star Wars. Frick. Anyway.
Yeah, that's the real name. All right, guys. I will hopefully see you tomorrow. If not, Saturday we're gonna have an open chat. We'll talk about Moon Knight, and Superman and Lois and whatever. We'll talk about Death of Justice League and other comics and stuff as well. So that's it. All right, guys. Take it easy.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.